since Hofstra last suited up. Their trip to Dallas was postponed, so the Pride enters tonight on a 3-game losing streak. Making the trip to Hempstead, the Blue Devils of Central Connecticut State, a regular in the NEC tournament, but one Hofstra hasn't played in almost 20 years. It's the Pride taking on the Blue Devils next on the Hofstra Pride Sports Network.
Hey, this is Jordan Allen, forward of your Hofstra Pride men's basketball team, and you're listening to all the action live on Hofstra's Pride Sports Network.
You're listening to Hofstra Pride men's basketball on the Hofstra Pride Sports Network on WRHU, WRHU.org, and GoHofstra.com.
From the Mack Sports Complex in Hempstead, New York, this is Hofstra men's basketball. A good Sunday afternoon, everyone. Thanks so much for tuning in here right on the Hofstra Pride Sports Network. Mark Prusen joined by Josh Levin and Kerry Schreiber this afternoon as the 2-6 Hofstra Pride host the 3-6 Central Connecticut State Blue Devils. Josh, Hofstra's last scheduled game, that was the one against SMU. It was postponed due to inclement weather in the Dallas area. So Hofstra comes into today having lost 3 straight, and they're coming off what is probably the most frustrating loss of the season.
Yeah, because even in the losses, the other 5 losses, they didn't play poorly, and they at least competed from start to finish and made things interesting. In that game against Sacred Heart, they got out to a lead early, and once Sacred Heart made their run, Hofstra never really countered back with any sort of punch. A lot of wide open shots. Steve Glowiak killed them from 3. He was wide open the entire first half, hit a couple of late 3-pointers that were key when Hofstra was trying to make a run. So that was really a bad game for the Pride, and it leaves a bad taste in their mouth for what it was 11 days.
Starting lineups, and we'll check in with Kerry Schreiber, but first we'll pause 10 seconds for station ID here on the Hofstra Pride Sports Network.
Broadcasting from the
Mark Prusen along with Josh Levin. Let's check in with a third member of our broadcast crew, Kerry Schreiber.
Thanks, Mark. Starting out with today's injury report, there's only one injured player between both teams, and that will be Dion Nesmith, who will miss his 3rd consecutive game for the Pride. But Hofstra has not played since the loss to Sacred Heart in 11 days. Jordan Allen will play point guard for him. For CCSU, there are no injuries, so expect the same lineup. Guys, back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Kerry. We'll get you the starting lineups for both sides. First, for the visiting Central Connecticut State Blue Devils, it'll be Kyle Vinales up top, one of the top 20 scorers in the Central Connecticut program, joined by Jawan Newman, the junior. Kalen Cumberlander, the redshirt freshman, makes the start today, along with Matt Mobley and Ferrante Drakeford in the front court. And for the Pride, Kerry mentioned the injury to Dion Nesmith. He is not starting today. Up top for Hofstra will be Jordan Allen, the redshirt sophomore. Zeke Upshaw, the Pride's leading scorer, joined by Jamal Robinson, who started every game of his freshman season. Stephen Wakone continues to start, replacing the injured Nesmith in the lineup, and Musa Kone will start in the paint for Hofstra. Central Connecticut comes into this one off a win at home against the Hartford Hawks. Josh, that was a team that Hofstra also defeated earlier on this season.
Yeah, and in that game, Vinales played extremely well. 15 points, 3 rebounds, and 6 assists. And one of their players who comes off the bench, Malcolm McMillan, provides that extra scoring punch. 15 points, 4 boards, and 3 assists in 28 minutes off the pine. So they do have a little bit of scoring punch off the bench with McMillan. But offensively this season, Central Connecticut State, they've found points hard to come by.
The head coach of Central Connecticut is Howie Diggeman. He's in his 18th season. And for Hofstra, it's Joe Mahalik, of course, in his 1st season with the Pride. Josh, Central Connecticut is a team that's definitely made some improvements over their last 4 or 5 games. Through their first 5 games this season, they had upwards of 80 turnovers combined. Well, they've cut down on that, under 50 turnovers in their last 4 games. And for the Pride, they're a group that's been struggling forcing turnovers. So what is going to be the key to today's matchup?
Well, for me, I mean, with Jordan Allen playing point guard and you look at turnovers being an issue, they go hand in hand, because when you got somebody who doesn't play that position, that's a really hard position to try to learn on the fly, especially when you're 6'6" and you're used to playing small forward or power forward. So those things go hand in hand for me. So to me, the key is, what kind of preparation did Hofstra have with 11 days off? Did Jordan Allen get extra reps in practice, enough to make him a little more comfortable, ease the transition a little bit, and try to cut away some of those sloppy mistakes that were made in the Sacred Heart game?
Hofstra wearing their home white uniforms, Central Connecticut State with their road blues, almost the exact opposite uniforms. Central's got the white numbers, Hofstra's got the blue numbers. Musacone along with Juwan Newman for the tip, and it's won by the Pride. Jordan Allen quickly goes to Zeke Upshaw, right wing, guarded by Vinales. Upshaw takes it to the top of the key, bounce pass to the elbow for Musacone, spins around Newman at the low block, can't get the layup. Newman briefly lost the rebound, but it goes right to Vinales, the junior. He brings it up court. Has it up top, Hofstra working in its zone defense. It's a 1-3-1. Newman dribbles with the right hand, goes right wing for Matt Mobley. Mobley, the freshman, dribbles back to the left wing now for Vinales. Passing to the paint for Ferrante Drakeford, puts it up over Kone. Shot's no good, and the Pride come away with the basketball. It's Jamal Robinson up top, goes right wing down for Upshaw. Upshaw guarded by Kalen Cumberlander, the redshirt freshman on Central Connecticut. Top of the key, now passed down for Stephen Wakone at the right block. He's fouled on the layup attempt. Shot's no good, but Stephen will be at the line to shoot two. Foul's going to be against Newman. His first for the Blue Devils as well.
Good off-the-ball movement from Wakone to free himself after the double team was drawn to Upshaw. Wakone was freed up underneath the basket. Really good pass from Upshaw to get Wakone the ball. Wakone just not able to finish as he's at the line. What you see in the first two possessions for the Pride, Upshaw playing a little point himself as Wakone misses the first free throw. Upshaw getting involved in terms of moving the ball up the floor, both possessions for the Pride. I think you're going to see a lot of that today. I would bet that's something they've worked on a lot in the last week and a half.
Josh, you said it. Stephen missed the first free throw. Second one on the way. That one's good. Hofstra goes up 1-0. Wakone about a 75% shooter from the line this season. Vinales has it. Still hasn't crossed the timeline, and now passes over to Mobley, who gives it back to Vinales up top. Vinales goes left wing for Cumberlander, back up top, and now right side. It's Juwan Newman. Dribbles, almost loses the basketball. It goes back up top to Vinales. 13 on the Central Connecticut shot clock, now down to 10. Vinales looks for a pass in the paint, instead takes a long two from the top of the key and gets it to go. And Central Connecticut goes up 2-1. 2 minutes, a minute and 20 seconds into the game here at the Mack. Jordan Allen with it for the Pride, right side. Hands to Upshaw, loses control. It goes out of bounds, but it was last tipped by Vinales, so the Pride are going to keep the basketball.
Can't let Vinales take an open jump shot like that. He averages over 17 points a game. If you're going to leave somebody open on Central Connecticut, he's not the guy.
Now 16th all-time in Central Connecticut history is Vinales with that jump shot. Up top, it's Jamal Robinson for Hofstra. Outlets to Jordan Allen on the right wing. He dribbles. He's guarded by Cumberlander. Now finds Robinson in the corner. His three-pointer is good. The freshman, Robinson, puts Hofstra up 4-2, 2 minutes in. Quickly going the other way. Vinales is fouled under the basket, and it's going to go against Jordan Allen of the Pride, and Vinales is going to be at the line for two. I think Coach Mahalik was looking for a charge call, but Allen gets called for the foul. Hofstra's up 4-2, 18:08 on the clock, and Vinales misses the first shot. Kyle Vinales shooting 80% from the line this season. That's a rare miss. He is the Blue Devils' leading scorer, just over 17 points per game. His second free throw is good, 4-3. Hofstra with the lead, 18 minutes to go in the first. Jordan Allen guarded in the full court by Cumberlander. Now takes it across half court on the far side. He's at the wing. Tries to go around a Wakone's screen, doesn't get it. He's guarded by Drakeford. Pass is tipped around in the paint by Stephen Wakone. Spins around and gets the shot to go. So layup for Stephen Wakone, 6-3. Hofstra goes up. Vinales top of the key. Hands off for Drakeford. And out of Mobley. Mobley goes left side for Newman. Newman back up top to Vinales. Hofstra stays in its defense. Vinales guarded by Upshaw. 20 seconds on the Blue Devil shot clock. Vinales holds top of the key. Now shades right. Pass to the elbow for Drakeford. It's tipped away by Allen, but Vinales comes away with it. Drives down the right side. Inside the paint. Passes up top to an open Drakeford. Drives down the left side of the lane. Misses the shot front iron, and Musacone pulls down the board for Hofstra. Goes to Jordan Allen now. Right elbow on the Hofstra side. Past the free throw line down to Stephen Wakone. Drives baseline. Misses the layup. Vinales gets the rebound. Full court pass down to Drakeford. Goes out of bounds. Tipped out by Drakeford. And Hofstra's going to get the basketball.
Two good post moves in this game so far for Stephen Wakone, but not able to finish on either try. Got to make those bunnies. That was a wide open layup that he just wasn't able to convert on. Those are the things that hurt you when the game's close late. 3
minutes in, Jordan Allen up top loses the basketball. It's taken away by Kalen Cumberlander. all alone, just has to get around Allen, and he misses the layup. Can't control the rebound, and it goes off Jawan Newman, the junior. So Hofstra's going to get the basketball. And it looked like Jordan Allen just handed away the basketball.
Essentially, he passed the ball to Central Connecticut, and when that happened, Joe Mihalik actually turned around because he was so annoyed with what happened.
Cumberlander almost pokes this one away again, but he gets called for the foul this time. So Allen will inbound for the Pride. Cumberlander's first foul, Central Connecticut's second. Allen will inbound on the near side. Pride get a full shot clock. Goes to Robinson in the right corner. Now passes to Stephen Wakone under the basket, and he gets the layup to go that time. Pride go up 8-3, 16:30 on the clock in the first.
Well, one thing you see right away, the Pride featuring those two post players, Kone and Wakone, on offense a lot. Central Connecticut doesn't have the size to match up.
Vinales now right wing, thinks about a three. Instead, outlets for Cumberlander. Left wing for a three, no good. Side iron, rebound grabbed by Newman. There's a whistle before the shot, and he traveled. Another turnover by Central Connecticut. Josh, we mentioned it's something that they'd cut down on recently. But Hofstra will get the basketball with an 8-3 lead.
Well, they're averaging just over 13 turnovers a game. Not a bad number in college basketball, but you said it, Mark. Earlier in the season, that was a big problem.
Upshaw gives to Wakone, still at the top of the key. He looks for a pass and hands to Allen right behind him. Allen dribbles at the top of the key, guarded by Drakeford. And he finds Jamal Robinson at the wing. Robinson loses control as he goes into the paint, taken away by Drakeford. Right in front of Allen under the Central Connecticut bucket, and he gets the layup. 8-5 as the Blue Devils get the 2 points off the Hofstra turnover. Jordan Allen now with it for the Pride. 15:45 to go in the first. Allen still guarded by Cumberlander, the redshirt freshman. Allen shades off to the left wing, still guarded by Cumberlander. Allen picks up his dribble, missed a pass to Upshaw, but now finds him at the top of the key. Upshaw guarded by Vinales, the 6'1 junior. On Upshaw, the 6'6 graduate student. Upshaw in the paint, bounce pass to Musakone, who drives baseline and puts it in with the right hand. 10-5, Hofstra with the lead.
So Wakone and Kone have 7 of Hofstra's 10 points in the first half so far.
Post presence has been something Hofstra's been lacking consistency with this season, especially with the two big shooters of Upshaw and Nesmith. Of course, Nesmith now injured with Hofstra. He is day to day, the latest report from Joe Mihalik. Ferrante Drakeford spins around in the paint, puts up a shot. With his left hand, it's no good. Musakone corrals the board and gives to Zeke Upshaw, who brings it across half court on the far side. Upshaw takes a Kone screen, opens him up at the top of the key, but he misses wide left with the shot. Rebound grabbed by Matt Mobley for Central Connecticut. Goes up top for Vinales, stops, thinks about a three, instead drives into the lane, has it poked away, but it goes out to the wing for Mobley. Now back under the basket, it goes to Jawan Newman, and he makes the layup. So 10-7, Central Connecticut cuts Hofstra's lead down to 3, just over 5 minutes into this first half. Zeke Upshaw with it, right side. Goes around a Kone screen again. Top of the key, dishes to Jamal Robinson, right wing. Robinson back up top. He's guarded by Matt Mobley, the freshman. Freshman on freshman, top of the key Robinson, now left wing for Allen. Allen gets a Kone screen, doesn't use it, tries to drive into the paint from the left side, and there'll be a whistle. There'll be a foul called against Allen, and we'll take a break. 10-7, Hofstra leads, 14:08 on the clock. This is Hofstra men's basketball on the Hofstra Pride Sports Network. About the importance of turnovers and forcing them on both sides is something Hofstra's been struggling with, not so much so for Central Connecticut their last few games. For more on that, let's check in with Carrie Schreiber. All right, we're experiencing some technical difficulties. We'll do our best to get Carey for you for the rest of the game, but Josh, 2 turnovers apiece in that first half. Really, the ones that stand out are the ones by Jordan Allen. That's going to be the big focus for Hofstra, really until Nesmith comes back, is who is going to run the point with consistency. We saw Upshaw already take more of a leadership role on offense, but it's going to come down to Jordan Allen, and he had a couple bad turnovers in the first sequence.
Yeah, the turnovers that there's a lot of different types of things that could happen where you could just make a sloppy play, or there's forced turnovers, and the turnovers that Allen made really were unforced errors, to steal a term from tennis. He caused those turnovers. The one where he literally handed the ball to the guy defending him. Those things can't happen.
Allen inbounds under the Hofstra basket, goes up top for Jamal Robinson and gets it back to Allen. A couple of substitutions for Central Connecticut. Matt Hunter, the senior, enters, as well as Brandon Peel. Pass by Jordan Allen under the basket goes out of bounds, so that's a turnover by the Pride. Drakeford remains on the floor. Malcolm McMillan, the junior point guard, enters for the first time today as well for Central Connecticut. Darren Payan enters for the Pride. That's the only Hofstra substitution as Stephen Wakone comes out. Robinson guarding Vinales at the top of the key. 15 seconds on the CCSU shot clock. Vinales drives right side of the lane, outlets to McMillan. That opens up Drakeford up top. It's a long 2. The shot's no good. Rebound is tipped outside the paint. It goes to Payan. Back to Upshaw, now right wing on Hofstra's side for Jamal Robinson. Robinson dribbles with the left hand, guarded by Ferrante. Drakeford picks up his dribble and now goes to Kone, top of the key. Back to Robinson, right wing. 20 seconds on the Hofstra shot clock. Pride with the 10-7 lead over Central Connecticut. Robinson, top of the key, fakes right, goes left, is fouled as he enters the lane. It's going to go against McMillan. That'll be his first, Central Connecticut's third.
One thing I noticed so far in the first 7 minutes or so, Hofstra's best bet, I think, is to try, when they get in transition, when they have a chance for a fast break, that's when their offense will excel, because when they get in the half-court set with Allen running the offense, things are a little more stagnant. I think Hofstra has to try a little bit harder to run whenever they have a chance.
Robinson off the inbound, top of the key, now goes to Allen. He holds on. Allen goes left wing for Darren Payan. 3 ball's no good. He missed it offside iron, and McMillan for Central Connecticut has the rebound. McMillan, top of the key, guarded by Kone. Dribbles outside the arc, now shays right, gives to Matt Hunter, who goes off to the left. Vinales, a long 3-pointer from the wing, is good. Central Connecticut ties it up at 10, 12:40 to go in the first. Hofstra saw plenty of wide open threes hit against them against Sacred Heart. Steve Gloriak can tell you all about that on SHU. For Hofstra, it's Upshaw, top of the key. Now goes right wing for Jamal Robinson. Robinson brings back up top, 20 on the Hofstra shot clock. Stops, pops at the elbow, drains it. Jamal Robinson for 2. He's got 5 points today, and Hofstra goes up 12-10.
Off to a good start is Robinson, very involved whenever Hofstra has a possession.
Vinales bounce pass to Hunter on the right wing. Now brings it back up to the elbow, and now goes down for Drakeford. Puts up a shot over Payan, and he's fouled. So he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to go against Jamal Robinson, who was also down there, he and Darren Payan. So Ferrante Drakeford will be at the line for 2. Central Connecticut trails Hofstra 12-10. 12:06 to go in this first half, as the first shot is no good. Drakeford shooting just under 60% from the free throw line this season. As a team, Central Connecticut is about 70%. Second shot from Drakeford is good, so it's now a 12-11 game in favor of the Pride. Drakeford now with 5 points as well. Zeke Upshaw off the inbound, brings it across the timeline for Hofstra. 12 even to go in this first half, Pride with a 1-point lead. Upshaw, slow bounce pass to Payan at the right wing, who dribbles and now gives off to Chris Jenkins, the freshman who enters for the first time. The freshman Jenkins, left wing now for Robinson, drives to the elbow, backs up, and misses the shot offside iron. Rebound grabbed by Hunter for the Blue Devils. Top of the key goes right side for Vinales. Vinales now goes left wing for McMillan. McMillan dribbles with the left hand, 11.5 to go in the first half. Gets a screen from Peel at the top of the key, goes right wing, and now back to Vinales and gets Peel down at the low block. Bounce pass to Drakeford, spins around Kone, can't get the shot, and Musa pulls down the rebound for Hofstra. Gives to Jamal Robinson, brings it across half court on the far side. Robinson stops, pops inside the arc at the top of the key, no good. Gets his own rebound in the paint, but his putback attempt is blocked. He gets the ball back, and he gets the layup to go on the third attempt. Robinson with 7 points today, Hofstra with a 14-11 lead.
Robinson would not be denied.
And Vinales traveled as he drove baseline and spun around at the low block. That's a turnover for Central Connecticut, and we'll take a break. 14-11, Hofstra with the lead, 11:02 to go in the first. This is Hofstra men's basketball on the Hofstra Pride Sports Network. Josh Levin. We talked about Jordan Allen facilitating the role at the point. For more on that, here's Carrie Schreiber.
Thanks, Mark. With Dion Nesman out, Jordan Allen has had to adjust to the point guard position, and I talked to him earlier this week at practice, and he said that it's been coming along, and even though it isn't his natural position, he has a lot of people helping him out, and even Coach Mihalik said that, ironically, he was hurt 3 to 4 days this week, so he missed some reps, but he's been doing a great job, and he's been trying to figure out everything and having to control the floor. Thanks, back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Carrie, as Zeke Upshaw has it poked away at half court by Hunter. He drives into the paint. He's all alone and slams it home. 14-13. Central Connecticut cuts it to 1. Another Hofstra turnover results in 2 for the Blue Devils.
Upshaw actually tried to trip Hunter as he was running away with the ball. He tried to grab at his leg. It's probably a good thing that he was unsuccessful because I don't think the rest would have appreciated that.
Upshaw right wing guarded by Hunter. Pass intended for Payan is poked away by Ferrante Drakeford, but he stepped out of bounds. So Hofstra will hang on to the basketball. Substitutions, Jordan Allen, Stephen Wakone re-enter. Jamal Robinson, Darren Payne take a seat on the Hofstra bench. Kyle Vinales on Zeke Upshaw, who has the inbound here on the near side. Floats the pass up to Jordan Allen off the inbound. 20 seconds on the Hofstra shot clock and counting. Under 10.5 to go. Top of the key, it's Allen, goes down the right side of the lane, misses the easy layup. Peel pulls down the board for Central Connecticut. Quickly to McMillan and now to Hunter in the paint, outlets to Vinales, and he's called for the charge in the paint. Hunter is called for the offensive foul, and it's going to go Hofstra's way. They'll get the basketball.
Heads-up play by the freshman Chris Jenkins. You don't usually see a freshman get in there like that, put his body on the line for the charge, but he saw what was coming about 2 seconds before it did, and he put himself in position to get the call.
Central Connecticut playing in a full-court defense. Allen quickly inbounds to Jenkins, and it goes back to Allen, who brings it across half court. Jenkins now with it, top of the key. Pass intended for Allen is tipped, but it gets to Allen. He bounce passes to Kone under the bucket, low block, spins it between 2 defenders, and is fouled on the shot on the left side of the basket. So Kone's going to go to the line for 2. Foul's going to go against Brandon Peel. His first, Central Connecticut 6th here in this first half. Hofstra with a 14-13 lead. Free throw shooting, it's been an area where Hofstra has struggled this season as a team shooting under 70% as Kone is able to hit the first one. Hofstra's lead is now 15-13. Kone's got a second one upcoming. Musa shooting under 50% from the line. He's 10 for 20. Well, that is 50% from the line, and he shoots the second one, and he makes it. 16-13, Hofstra with the lead. 9:55 to go in the first half. McMillan calls out a play. on the left side, guarded by Kone, brings it over to the wing. 25 seconds on the shot clock. McMillan bounce passes to Peel. 10 feet out, thinks about a jumper. He's guarded by Wakone and passes it back outside the arc to McMillan. McMillan goes around Upshaw, back to the top of the key, gives off to Hunter right wing and to Vinales. Vinales holds on, fakes right, goes left, shoots over Chris Jenkins. A long two-pointer's no good. Rebound taken down by Stephen Wakone. Allen brings it across the near side and hands to Upshaw on the right wing. Upshaw goes up top. Upshaw goes around the defenders. There's 3 men in the paint. Upshaw briefly loses the basketball. Kone picks it up, spins around and gets stripped of it. It's Kyle Vinales who comes away with it. Inside the paint, he misses the easy layup. It didn't even hit the rim, and Jordan Allen pulls away the rebound for Hofstra. Allen going left to right for the Pride. Bounce passes to the low block for Wakone. Contact with Peel. The shot is good, and the foul. Stephen Wakone at the line for one more. Foul's going to be on Brandon Peel. Peel's second. Central Connecticut 7th. 18-13, Hofstra with the lead. Wakone at the line to try and add one more. Stephen shooting 75% from the free throw line this season. 18-13, Hofstra with the lead. The shot from Wakone is good, so Hofstra goes up 19-13. 9 minutes to go in the first half between Hofstra and Central Connecticut State. Right side, it's Kyle Vinales, guarded by Chris Jenkins. Gets a screen from Jawan Newman, who re-enters, and the ball goes to McMillan. Right side, now back to the top of the key for Vinales. Vinales now goes left wing for Hunter. Hunter tries to go around a screen and now goes down to the corner for McMillan. McMillan tries to drive baseline. He's fouled by Upshaw. That'll be Zeke's first, and it'll be Hofstra's third of this first half. Central Connecticut will have the inbound. It'll be Malcolm McMillan. McMillan, the junior point guard, last season started every game, did not start this afternoon. Top of the key, it's Vinales off the inbound. Vinales goes right side for Hunter. Hunter passes to the paint, wide open is Allen, who enters for Central Connecticut, and he gets the 2 points to go. 19-15, Hofstra with the lead.
Miscommunication there between Wakone and Payne. Both players thought the other was guarding him, and instead he was wide open.
Terrell Allen, the 6'6 senior. Well, Jordan Allen misses a layup under the Hofstra basket. Rebound is taken away by Central Connecticut, and Hunter takes it the distance, goes coast to coast, and lays it in for 2. 19-17, Hofstra with the lead, coming up on 8 to go in the first, as the Blue Devils get the quick 2. Upshaw with it left wing, stops, pops just inside the arc, swish. Zeke Upshaw on the board for the first time today, puts Hofstra up 21-17. Timeout called by Hofstra. So Coach Mihalik calls a timeout after the shot made by Zeke Upshaw. That's his first points of the day. So Josh, we saw Zeke taking a roll at the top of the key, running the offense for Hofstra, but those are his first 2 points today. What a fast sequence on both sides going back and forth.
It's been a fast-paced game, but Hofstra needs to get Upshaw involved more. I mean, if you're trying to, he's averaging almost 20 points a game, and if that's his first basket over halfway through this first half, just under 8 minutes to go, you got to get him involved more. Hofstra fortunate to be leading by 4 right now, but they need to make sure they get Upshaw a little bit more involved. So far, it's been Robinson and Wakone carrying the load a little bit. If Upshaw gets it going a little bit, I think Hofstra will be pretty happy. But the problem is he's been running the point a little bit, and it takes you out of his zone that he's been in.
Stephen Wakone is the game's leading scorer with 8 points. That is more than his season average, and we're just over 10 minutes into this game. McMillan with it left wing, bounce passes down low to Wayne. Hunter is rejected as he drives baseline. Jamal Robinson with the ball, gives to Allen, driving the other way. Allen left side of the lane, passes to Wakone, low block. His shot is blocked, but he pulls down the basketball and gets it to Zeke Upshaw at the top of the key. Upshaw guarded by Hunter, takes it down to the elbow, now goes back up top for Allen. Allen holds on and calls out a play. 15 seconds on Hofstra's shot clock. Allen with it left wing, gets a screen by Upshaw. He's open in the corner. Upshaw with the 3, swish. Zeke Upshaw with a quick 3-pointer for the Pride. He's got 5 straight. 24-17, Hofstra with the lead. 7 minutes and change to go in the first half.
Well, ask and you shall receive. Upshaw immediately another 3-pointer. He's starting to get himself more involved here.
Left wing, it's Vinales. He's open up top. Bounce passes to McMillan at the wing. McMillan can't get inside the paint, guarded by Jenkins and Allen. and it goes back to Vinales up top. Vinales right side for Hunter, who drives into paint, misses the floater, and Jamal Robinson gets the rebound for Hofstra. He's pushing the other way on the right wing. Goes into the paint through Vinales, 3 feet out. His shot's no good. It rolls around the back of the rim, and Central Connecticut gets the rebound. It's Jawan Newman. To Malcolm McMillan, now top of the key. McMillan at the elbow, pops to Terrell Allen, finds Hunter under the basket. His pass to the top of the key is grabbed by Chris Jenkins. It's a turnover by Central Connecticut. Jenkins gives to Upshaw. Left wing for 3, no good. Stephen Wakone misses the putback attempt, and Central Connecticut has the basketball. It's Hunter with it inside the arc on the left side. He airmails the shot. Zeke Upshaw couldn't corral the board, but it goes right to his teammate Wakone, and he hands to Allen. And Hofstra and Joe Mihalik decide to slow things down. 6 minutes to go in this first half.
Well, you don't usually say that. You don't usually say Joe Mihalik chooses to slow things down, but I think he sees that his players are a little winded by how fast this game has gone.
A lot of missed shots on both sides as Allen is stripped on the layup attempt, but he gets the basketball back, finds Chris Jenkins on the right wing for 3, no good, side iron. Wakone with the board in the corner and somehow gets it to Zeke Upshaw on the wing. Upshaw gives to Jordan Allen up top. Again, Mihalik calling out a play. He wants them to take their time. 25 seconds on the shot clock, 5.5 to go in the first. Allen with the top of the key. Holds onto it, picks up his dribble, finds Wakone at the left elbow. Wakone trying to go around Newman. Basketball is poked out of his hands by Hunter, and it goes out of bounds. So Central Connecticut will have the basketball. Wakone was the last to touch it. We'll take a timeout. 24-17, Hofstra with the lead. 5:24 to go in the first. This is Hofstra men's basketball on the Hofstra Pride Sports Network. .17 lead. Coach Mihalik talking to his team in the Hofstra huddle, and we've got Kerry Schreiber on the sideline. Let's check in with Kerry.
Thanks, Mark. And listening in on the huddle, head coach Joe Mihalik told his team that they need to be tough, and in a way they need to make sure they get those rebounds and be strong offensively. And something he talked about earlier was you've got to meet them and then beat them and then meet them, and that's what they need to do here to score some points and defend defensively. Thanks. Back to you.
All right, well, thanks for that, Kerry. Right now, Hofstra with a lead over Central Connecticut State. Pride just turned the basketball over. They lead 24-17, out-rebounding the Blue Devils 16-10. Goes up top for Jamal Robinson, 10 on the Hofstra shot clock. Jordan Allen with the top of the key, picks up his dribble, is hounded by Hunter, and now goes right wing for Robinson. Back up top for Allen. 4 seconds, now down to 3 on the shot clock. Allen pops from the top of the key, misses everything, hits the glass, and it'll be a shot clock violation, a turnover for Hofstra and Jordan Allen.
Well, I'll tell you something about Jordan Allen. If he can add that to his game, that little jumper, doesn't have to be a three-point shot, but if he can add a little outside jumper to his game, he could be an extremely valuable player for this team when he plays at his normal position.
And I think that was the discussion before the season as Vinales takes an open 3 from the wing and he drains it. 24-20. Hofstra's lead is cut to 4, under 5 to go. The thing with Allen is I think that was the discussion over the summer. Could he develop some more range on his jump shot, provide more on offense outside the paint? He's holding it up top and now at the wing for Hofstra. 20 seconds on the shot clock, 4:35 to go in the game. Jenkins with it, goes up top for Upshaw. Whistle as Upshaw drives into the lane. It's going to go against Central Connecticut, I believe. The foul's going to be on Matt Mobley, the freshman. That's his first. That's Central Connecticut's 8th. It'll put Zeke Upshaw on the line to shoot a 1-and-1 as Hofstra's in the bonus.
So now the Pride get free throws the rest of this half whenever there's a foul.
4:33 to go in the first half. Hofstra will have the 1-and-1.
Looks like the refs are checking the players. Maybe somebody got cut, and it looked like they were checking the players to make sure nobody had any blood on them, but it looks like everything's okay.
Matt Mobley comes out of the game. Malcolm McMillan re-enters. Upshaw's first shot is no good, and Terrell Allen pulls away the rebound for Central Connecticut. McMillan has it top of the key, dribbles with the right hand. He's guarded by Kone as Hofstra works in its zone defense. Right wing for Vinales, back up top to McMillan. Drives into the arc, now goes back up top to Vinales. Vinales backsteps and shoots a long 2 over Musa Kone from the wing. 24-22, Central Connecticut within 2. Jordan Allen with it for Hofstra left wing. Hands to Jenkins, who loses it. It's tipped out of bounds over the scorer's table. It's going to say the ref is going to call it off Vinales. So it bounces into the stands. It was deflected off of one of those two. Hofstra gets the benefit of the call, and Allen inbounds up top for Jamal Robinson. Coming up on 4 to go in the first half, Hofstra with a 2-point lead, 24-22 over the Blue Devils. Robinson right wing, hands to Chris Jenkins. Jenkins guarded by Vinales, gets a screen from Kone, and now goes left wing for Allen. Allen dribbles in between the legs, guarded by McMillan, and now up top. Meets Ferrante Drakeford. Right wing for Jamal Robinson. 5 on the Hofstra shot clock. Robinson at the elbow. Nifty bounce pass to Allen, who is fouled on the layup attempt. Shot's no good, but Jordan Allen draws the foul, and he'll be at the line to shoot for Hofstra. He'll have free throws when we come back. 24-22 Pride with the lead. 3:43 to go in the game. This is Hofstra men's basketball on the Hofstra Pride Sports Network.
With your sports break, I'm Jennifer Karasik. Plenty of conference.
Welcome back to the Mack. Mark Bruson and Josh Levin with you. Hofstra with a 24-22 lead over Central Connecticut State, and their point guard, Kyle Vinales, one of the top scorers in their program's history, leads the game with 11 points. For more on him, let's check in with Carrie Schreiber.
Thanks, Mark. Central Connecticut State's best player on the team, Kyle Vinales, has become the quickest player in their school history to reach 1,000 career points. But last season, he announced on Twitter that he was looking to transfer to Toledo. And after sending the tweet, he realized he had made a mistake and apologized for his teammates and realized that they're his brothers and his coaching staff in school really do care about his future. He says that everywhere. He's been working this season to earn that trust back with his teammates. And so far, it looks like communication and chemistry have been good. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Karen. We apologize for some of the technical difficulties. Jordan Allen 1 for 2 from the line. Hofstra 25-22 lead over Central Connecticut. Blue Devils with the basketball. Right side, it's Vinales. At the free throw line, passes out to Ferrante Drakeford. His shot is no good, and the rebound is grabbed by Chris Jenkins. 3:20 to go in the first half. 30 seconds on Hofstra's shot clock. The Pride with a 3-point lead. Jamal Robinson up top Drives to the right elbow, now inside the paint of the low block is fouled, but the shot's no good. It goes around the rim and out. But Jamal will be at the line to shoot 2. As the foul is going to be called against Terrell Allen. That is his second, Central Connecticut's 10th the first half, so Robinson will shoot.
By the time Robinson is a senior at Hofstra, he's going to have made a big impact on this program. You can tell based on, as he misses the first, you can tell based on the way he plays the game, with the energy he has as a freshman. He doesn't look like a freshman out there. If you were to see this team, not know anything about them, and watch him play, you probably wouldn't imagine he's a freshman just because of how aggressive he is and how sure of himself he is. And I think when he is a senior, by the time that comes around in 4 years, you're going to talk about him as somebody who made an impact as he misses the second.
He's 0 for 2 from the line, and Robinson, you remember, committed to Coach Mihalik when he was the head coach at Niagara and decided to make the transfer to Hofstra along with the head coach that recruited him. He's on the floor for the Pride right now. 3 minutes to go in the first half. Hofstra up by 3. Central Connecticut turns it over in their offensive front court. The Pride are going to get the basketball. It went off Newman and out of bounds. So Jordan Allen will inbound for Hofstra to Zeke Upshaw. Substitutions for Central Connecticut entering for the first time today is D'Angelo Speech, the 6'5 junior. Did not play the entirety of last season, but he's on the floor now. Suffered a severe leg injury at the beginning of the season. Bounce pass to Stephen Wakone at the low block. He loses the basketball on the shot, but it goes out of bounds. It was tipped by a Blue Devil, so Hofstra will hold on to possession. Jordan Allen to inbound for the Pride with 21 seconds on the shot clock, 2:45 to go in the game. It goes to Wakone now up top for Kone. Kone finds Upshaw in the left corner, drives to the wing, now inside the arc, inside the paint, 5 feet out. His shot's no good. Stephen Wakone pulls down the board, and he falls. They're going to get a whistle. It's going to be a foul called against Central Connecticut on Stephen Wakone's way down. So Wakone should be at the line to shoot. They're going to call a push against Terrell Allen, so that's another foul for him. That's his 3rd foul. Central Connecticut's 11th. Stephen Wakone will be at the line to shoot 2 for Hofstra. Wakone with 8 points already today. That's about his season average. As Brandon Peel, Kalen Cumberlander, and Ferrante Drakeford get set to check in for Central Connecticut. Wakone misses the first of 2. And those substitutions for Central Connecticut will come in. McMillan sits, Newman sits, and Matt Mobley, the freshman, take a seat on the bench, and they're replaced. Hofstra with Wakone at the line, Robinson, Allen, Upshaw, and Kone on the floor. The starting 5. As the second shot from Wakone is good. 26-22, Hofstra leads. 2.5 to go in the first. They lead Central Connecticut. Kyle Vinales crosses the Hofstra H at midcourt, guarded by Musacone, top of the key. Now goes right side for Speech, back up top for Vinales. Vinales goes left wing for Cumberlander, back up top to Vinales. Vinales stops, pops from up top. His shot's no good. Rebound goes off a couple of hands. It went from Stephen Wakone over to Jamal Robinson. They couldn't corral it, and it goes out of bounds under the basket. Cumberlander to inbound for Central Connecticut. Goes up top for Vinales. They get a fresh shot clock. 2:10 to go in the first half. Wakone intercepts the pass intended for Peel. Now passes up to the half-court line. Vinales is there along with Upshaw. They collide and both go down to the floor. Vinales is the first one up. Upshaw seems a little shaken. There is a whistle on the play. The pass was intended for Upshaw, and the foul is going to go against Kyle Vinales. Vinales is first.
It looks like Upshaw might have hit his head against Vinales' chest, maybe. So it looks like he was a little bit dazed for a second when he tried to stand up. He's okay now. He's on his feet.
He put his hands right on his forehead.
Yeah.
Looked like there was some contact just on the side above his right eye.
And it was a really bad pass from Stephen Wakone that led to that.
It was a floating pass to half court that could have been grabbed by anyone. Allen and Upshaw and Vinales were both there, as the first shot from Upshaw is good, puts Hofstra up 27-22. Upshaw now with 6 points. And he misses the second one. D'Angelo Speech drives into the paint and gets the rebound. It looked like Hofstra was ready to get back on defense instead of going for the board. And Speech is fouled by Stephen Wakone in the backcourt. Central Connecticut not in the bonus, so they'll just inbound. their offensive backcourt. 2:03 to go in the first half. Hofstra with a 27-22 lead over Central Connecticut. Looking to snap a 3-game losing streak. Vinales up top. Open trip to the lane. Instead, dishes out to Cumberlander for 3 from the left corner. Shot's no good. But Drakeford grabs the rebound and gives to Vinales back up top. 30 seconds on the shot clock. Vinales double teamed by Kone, and Allen falls down but gets rid of the basketball. It goes to Peel. At the elbow, down low for Drakeford. Shoots around Musa Kone, and he gets the gritty layup to go. 27-24. Central now down by 3. A minute and a half to go in the first. Allen hands to Robinson, right wing. Robinson goes up top, guarded by Drakeford. Now goes off to the left and hands to Upshaw, guarded by D'Angelo Speech. Upshaw holds on, gets a screen from Musa Kone, takes the chip to the free throw line. At the elbow, the shot goes around and out. And Peel gets the rebound for the Blue Devils. Vinales at the elbow is rejected by Darren Payan, who re-enters for the Pride. And Jamal Robinson comes away with the basketball. Gives to Jordan Allen, who receives instructions from Joe Mihalik as he's dribbling on the right wing. A minute to go in the first half and counting, 20 on the shot clock. Robinson now, top of the key, guarded by Cumberlander. Goes to Allen, guarded by Speech. Allen shades off to the left, bounce pass to Musa Kone, 8 feet out in the lane, and he traveled with it as he tried to pivot inside the paint. So that's a turnover for Hofstra. The Pride's 6th of the first half. As Darren Payan comes out, Chris Jenkins comes back in. And Central Connecticut is going to call a timeout. Howie Dickenman uses his first timeout of the game with his team trailing just by 3. Now, Josh, one of the things that we're seeing early on is Hofstra is not so much turning the ball over too much, but they are making some mistakes. We've seen some bad passes from Jordan Allen. We've seen a lot of missed free throws in this game. Hofstra shooting 50%. They're 7 for 14 from the line, and those are 7 points that Hofstra could have back, could lead to a double-digit lead. But 48 seconds to go, Pride leading by 3. What are you seeing so far from Hofstra?
Well, I think they've shied away a little bit from Jordan Allen at the point. It's not been exclusively Allen as it was in the Sacred Heart game. You see a lot of other players getting involved. You see, obviously, Upshaw in the beginning of the game, Jamal Robinson making a huge impact. I think what Joe Mihalik wants to do is run whenever they get an opportunity. If there's an opportunity for some sort of fast break offense, they want to do that, and they want to take advantage of that because they know when they get in their half-court sets, they're not playing to their strengths. So I think that's something we've seen in the first half, and I think that's something that they will continue to do, and it's working, obviously, with a 3-point lead. D'Angelo
Speech goes to Kalen Cumberlander on the right wing, and he traveled. There's no one around him. He had a double team of Robinson and Kone. He tried to bounce pass in between them, but he just moved his foot on the pass, and he turns it over, so Hofstra gets the basketball. Allen inbounds in front of the Hofstra bench. It goes to Upshaw. Upshaw calls Allen back and gives it to him in the backcourt as Allen takes it across the timeline. He's guarded by Cumberlander. Now off to the wing as Vinales takes over. He hands to Jamal Robinson, who's double teamed. Finds Allen open at the wing. Cumberlander and Vinales move to him. Now to Robinson. Goes to the elbow, now back up top. 10 seconds to go in the first half. Jordan Allen up top, hounded by Vinales. Drives to the wing on the left side. Allen trying to get inside the arc, and Vinales sold it. It's going to be an offensive foul against Jordan Allen as Vinales went sliding into the paint. So Hofstra turns it over. 5 seconds to go in the first half. They have a 3-point lead over Central Connecticut. The Blue Devils will have the last shot. Peel inbounds to Vinales. Far side, right wing. He drives to the elbow. Passes down low for Cumberlander, and he gets the easy layup at the buzzer. Joe Mihalik storms off into the Hofstra locker room. The Pride lead by 1, 27-26 at the half.
Well, Mark, that last, well, I guess it was 6 seconds or so, that's not going to make Coach Mihalik very happy because just horrible defense.
So Hofstra leads by 1 at the half. Standing by with assistant coach Mike Farrelly is Carrie Schreiber.
All right, thanks, Mark. So you guys have pretty close first half. You only lead by 1 now going into halftime. What did you guys see from both teams?
Our defense for the most part has been pretty good. Obviously, holding them to 26 points is not too bad, and a lot of the mistakes were not things that they were doing against us. It was us making mistakes, losing guys like we did on the last possession. Stuff like that's inexcusable. We can't have those in the second half. We expect to win.
And Stephen Marconi seemed to be struggling a little bit at the beginning of the first half. So what did you guys stress to him on the bench?
Yeah, with Steve, it's all about energy and being active and staying on the glass and getting rebounds. He struggled to finish a couple times, but I don't know how many rebounds he has. Seems like he's got a bunch. So he's just got to to stay active when we get the ball inside to him or to Moose or to Jordan. Those guys got to be strong with the ball and just go score.
So now what do you guys have to do to maintain a lead and get a bigger lead?
Defense has to stay the same. We got to have better communication, no easy baskets for them, and then we got to get into a little bit of a rhythm offensively and keep rebounding.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Kerry, and thanks, Coach. Stephen Wacconi with a game-high 6 rebounds in that first half, and he has 9 points. That's one more than his season average, and he's still got 20 minutes of basketball to play. So, Josh, what have you been seeing from that tandem down low on the Pride, Musa Kone and Stephen Wacconi? Because it seems like those two are always mentioned in the same sentences.
Yeah, they are, and I think they're very similar players. I think what separates them right now is the fact that Wacconi's a little bit more polished down low in terms of offense than Kone is. Kone's still kind of raw, athletic, just a pure athlete. I think what you saw from Wacconi was, as Coach Fairley said, being active, which is what you want. A lot of opportunities to score for him, just missed a couple of easy little lay-ins that weren't, that didn't go for him. But what they provided early on in the game to get them the lead and to start was good offense. I mean, they were really good on the glass, offense and defensive glass, and they were feeding the ball. The guards for Hofstra were feeding them the ball, and they were at least getting to the line. So if that's the offense that Hofstra wants to go with, because they do have clear height advantage here against Central Connecticut State, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world, because Central Connecticut State has shown they get into foul trouble a little bit.
So Hofstra with the lead at halftime for the 7th time this season. The only exceptions, their last time out against Sacred Heart and when they played number 3 Louisville, the reigning national champions. But the Pride only have 2 wins, Josh, so what is going to be the key to the second half?
Well, I personally think you got to get Zeke Upshaw more involved. I think it's great that you get some post offense. I think it's great that Jamal Robinson has been so good. But if you don't allow your leading scorer to get more involved, you're not going to win games. He didn't take that many shots in the first half, only has 5 points. You got to make sure that a guy who's scoring close to 20 a game has an opportunity to put up 20 points.
Upshaw is 2 for 6 from the field. That's going to do it for us in the first half here at the Mack. Hofstra with a 27-26 lead over the Central Connecticut Blue Devils. We'll send it back to our WRHU studios across Hempstead Turnpike. Dan Savarino and the guys with the half. Mack, Bart Prusen, Josh Levin, and Kerry Schreiber with you. Hofstra with a 1-point lead over Central Connecticut. The score in this one, 27-26 in favor of the Pride. The lowest scoring game Josh Hofstra's been in all season long. 27 points, their lowest total through the first 20 minutes, but 26 points, the lowest they've allowed all season long at the half.
Well, I think if you ask Coach Mihalik, he'd take that because of the defense. The defense, besides the last play of the half, it was pretty good. They were really forcing Central Connecticut State late into the shot clock. They forced turnovers. They did a good job defensively. There wasn't that many open shots. There was a couple for Vinales early in the first half, but overall, a good defensive first half. And I think offensively, it's going to be this way until Deion Nesmith gets back. I think you have to, at this point, accept it. 59 points both games without Nesmith. Before that, they were putting up 80 points a couple of times, averaging over 75 or about 75 points a game. So I think offensively, you kind of know that's gonna happen. You just got to hope that that when there are open shots, they're able to knock them down. So for Hofstra, they didn't shoot well in the first half. But I think if you make the trade off, I think Mihalik would take that.
Kalen Cumberlander's only 2 points of the game so far came on that 5.5 second play to end the first half, which we could clearly tell Coach Mihalik storming off the court, not happy with his team's defense on that final possession for Central Connecticut. But they have the 1-point lead. Kyle Vinales is the game's leading scorer. He has 11 points. On Hofstra's side, their leading scorer is Stephen Wakone. He's second in the game with 9 points as well. Hofstra as a team shooting 33% from the floor. Central Connecticut a little better, 40% from the floor as the sides come back out to start the second. Hofstra going with the same starting five. It'll be Zeke Upshaw, Jordan Allen, Jamal Robinson, Stephen Wakone, and Musa Kone on the floor. Malcolm McMillan is on the floor for Central Connecticut. He did not start. Goes right wing for Ferrante Drakeford as Central Connecticut has the basketball to start the final 20 minutes. Back to Vinales at the wing and up top for Hunter. Hunter finds Drakeford at the low block, and he is fouled as he spins around trying to put up a shot. Fouls on Musa Kone. Kone's first, Hofstra's first of the half. So Drakeford at the line for 2. He could give Central Connecticut the lead. His first shot is good, 27-27, just like that. This game is tied. And Drakeford gets set for the second shot. That's good. He now has 9 points. 28-27, just like that. Central Connecticut goes ahead. Still a 1-point game. Jordan Allen inbounds for the Pride. 13 seconds into the half, finds Musa Kone and back to Allen as Central Connecticut in a full court man-to-man. It's McMillan on Allen. Allen races down mid-court and he hands to Zeke Upshaw in the front court. Goes right side for Robinson and now over to Kone, who holds on still outside the arc. Goes up top for Robinson, gets a Wakone screen, stays up top and finds Wakone 6 feet out in the paint. There is a foul called away from the ball. Goes against Central Connecticut. It's going to be on Hunter. It'll be on Matt Hunter, the senior. It was away from the basketball, so Hofstra will inbound under the basket. Jordan Allen finds Stephen Wakone in the corner on the right side. Guarded by Drakeford, Wakone hands to Robinson at the wing. Robinson goes around the arc, holds up top, and gives to Jordan Allen as he tries to get around McMillan at the elbow. Bounce pass into the lane intended for Kone, tipped around, and Kyle Vinales comes away with it. Full court pass to Hunter under the basket. He controls, and behind him finds Drakeford, who puts it in for 2 from the left block. 30-27, Blue Devils up a minute into the second half. Zeke Upshaw with it, right wing for Hofstra. Tries to take a screen from Kone. He does. On the right side, goes to the left elbow. Upshaw airmails the shot. And the rebound is grabbed by McMillan for Central Connecticut. Left wing, it's Kyle Vinales. He picks up his dribble, now calls out McMillan, and he hands it to the guard who holds at the top of the key. Dribbles and gives to Ferrante Drakeford on the wing. Goes up top for Newman, now right side for McMillan. Down to 10 seconds on the shot clock. McMillan drives into the lane at the elbow in the paint. Puts up a shot with the left hand, no good. Rebound is grabbed by Central Connecticut. And Hunter puts it back for 2. Central Connecticut goes up 32-27. And Joe Mihalik, just like that, uses a timeout.
So a 6-0 run for Central Connecticut State to open up this second half, just a minute and a half into it. And it was bad on both ends. Defensively, fouls, nobody boxing out for the rebounds. Offensively, not doing anything right. Missed shots. So it's been a rough minute and a half, minute 31 to be exact, for Hofstra in the second half. And good timeout by Mahalik there to slow Central Connecticut's momentum a little bit. You sort of sensed with the way everything played out there that they were beginning to get on a little bit of a roll. So Mahalik, wise decision to call the timeout. And now for the Pride, they got to make sure that they don't let that last defensive play from the first half begin to lead to how they play in the second half. They've been a poor second half team all season long. They have to break that trend today because this is a very winnable game. This is a game that, frankly, they probably should win.
That's been the story all season long. You look back at Hofstra's schedule, how many teams did they have significant leads on in the second half? Put Richmond right at the top of that list, along with Manhattan, Belmont even. They had the lead over in the second half, and Hofstra couldn't pull away those wins. So just over 90 seconds into the second half, Central Connecticut scores 6 straight, and they take a 32-27 lead. That's their largest lead today. The largest lead for any side was Hofstra, and it was only by 7 points. So this has really been a close game the entire way. We expect it to stay that way as both of these teams come into today combining for just 5 wins. Central Connecticut 3-6. Hofstra is 2-6. The Blue Devils out of the Northeast Conference. They've made 15 straight NEC tournaments, so that gives you an idea of how they contend in their conference. It's been a few years since Hofstra has won a game in the CAA tournament, as Hofstra and Central Connecticut come back out onto the floor. 18:28 to go in the second half. Pride trails Central 32-27 as Allen gets set to inbound, and he'll run the baseline from the far side and gives to Upshaw on the near. Back to Jordan Allen, guarded by Malcolm McMillan in the full court. Allen crosses half court, right wing, left wing now gives to Upshaw, who drives off to the right side and hands to Jamal Robinson. Back to Allen up top, guarded by Drakeford. Upshot to the elbow inside the arc, and he's rejected by Newman, who swats it out of bounds. Hofstra will get the basketball back, but the shot's blocked.
And that's the 4th block shot of the day for Central Connecticut State, and that's something they do well. They're 4th in the NEC in blocks per game, just over 3.5. So Hofstra has fell victim to that today.
Juwan Newman in his first season playing for Central Connecticut, a transfer from junior college. A 3-pointer from the wing, and Zeke Upshaw is good. And Hofstra cuts it to 2, 32-30. Quickly from the top of the key on Central's end, it's Kyle Vinales for 3. That shot's good. Blue Devils back up by 5, 35-30. Zeke Upshaw with it, top of the key, goes right side for Jamal Robinson. Robinson tries to get it back to Upshaw, can't find him. He's guarded in the paint. Robinson goes back up top, takes it around the elbow, stops, pops from 7 feet out. Shot is no good. And a whistle on the rebound. It's going to go against the Pride.
That was a bad shot by Jamal Robinson. You see Coach Mahalik looking right at him saying, "You're not open, you're not open." Robinson should not have taken that shot. He was driving baseline and he was fading away, and it was pretty much an air ball that left his hand, so just a poor choice. That play looked like a freshman play, but that's just the exception to today, the way Robinson's played so far this afternoon.
There was a foul called on Stephen Wakone, his second. Hofstra's second of the half. Jawan Newman with it, right wing for Central Connecticut. Back up top for Drakeford and goes over to McMillan on the left. McMillan holds on and now passes into the paint. There's a whistle on the pass to Drakeford. See who they get for the foul. It's going to be an inbound coming up for Central Connecticut. The foul's going to be on Malcolm McMillan. Excuse me, Jamal Robinson, as it goes against Hofstra. Jordan Allen with the basketball for the Pride as they force the turnover. Allen with it left wing. 17-15 to go in the second half. Allen has it poked away by McMillan, but recovers at the top of the key. He finds Musa Kone on the left side, and he outlets to the corner for Chris Jenkins. The 3-pointer's good. And Hofstra's within 2, 35-33. Jenkins gets on the scoreboard for the first time today, 3 minutes into the second half.
Hofstra doing a good job from distance today. 4 for none. That's over 44% from 3-point land.
Left wing, it's McMillan, and now to Vinales. His shot is no good. Far in the wing, but there's a foul call on the rebound. Jawan Newman is on the floor. It's going to be a push. Foul's going to go against Hofstra. It's going to be called on Stephen Wakone. That is his 3rd foul. Not even 5 minutes into this second half, and he's the Pride's leading scorer. He's got 3 fouls. Still on the floor for Hofstra. Now to the corner is Vinales for 3. Shot's no good. Chris Jenkins is the only one able to get the board at the top of the key, and he's pushing. He's trying to go coast to coast. Under the Hofstra bucket, it's swatted away by Hunter. Another block shot by the Blue Devils. McMillan comes away with it. He pushes the other way, going left to right. It's Ferrante Drakeford on the left side, goes up to McMillan on the wing. McMillan drives into the lane at the low block, puts up a shot. A foul's called. The shot is no good. He'll be at the line. We'll see who they tag for the foul. It's going to go against Jordan Allen. That's Allen's third, so the Pride now with Jordan Allen, Stephen Wakone, both with 3 fouls. Zeke Upshaw not on the floor. He's getting set to check back in for the Pride. Malcolm McMillan at the line to shoot 2 for the Blue Devils. McMillan hasn't scored yet. He's 0 for 1 from the floor, and he still hasn't scored. He misses the first. It's a 2-point game as Zeke Upshaw subs back in. Jordan Allen comes out. Stephen Wakone, Musa Kone, Jamal Robinson, and Chris Jenkins still on the floor for the Pride. Ferrante Drakeford, Jawan Newman, Malcolm McMillan, Kyle Vinales, and Matt Hunter are on the floor for Central Connecticut as the second free throw's good. 36-33, Blue Devils lead. Upshaw inbounds to Jenkins. It goes back to Upshaw. He's going to take it across half court himself, guarded in the backcourt by McMillan. He goes across the timeline. Upshaw dribbles with both hands, now goes to the right side for Musa Kone. He holds on to the wing, just a step inside the arc. Bounce pass to Upshaw in the lane. He's stripped of the basketball, but a foul's going to be called on the shot against Central Connecticut. No, they're going to say it goes. They're going to call it out of bounds. So the whistle, as the ball got poked away from Upshaw. Hofstra's going to maintain possession. Upshaw with the inbound on the Hofstra baseline finds Jamal Robinson at the wing. Briefly loses control, but recovers before it goes out of bounds. Gives back to Upshaw on the wing, and Upshaw takes it up top. He's guarded by Cumberlander. Upshaw to the right wing, and we're going to have a 5-second violation called against Hofstra. And we'll take a break. Just over 4 minutes into the second half. Hofstra trails Central Connecticut 36-33. This is Hofstra men's basketball on the Hofstra Pride Sports Network. Mark Prusen and Josh Levin with you. Hofstra down by 3, 36-33. Let's check in with Carrie Schreiber behind the Hofstra bench.
Thanks, Mark. Listening in on the huddle, head coach Joe Mahalik said that they need to fight, and that's one thing that they need to do is win those battles offensively and defensively and help each other out, communicate and fight as one unit together. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks a lot, Carrie. And, you know, Josh, it wasn't something we really saw from Hofstra in the Sacred Heart game. They just looked uncomfortable. Didn't look like anyone on the floor was on the same page. A different story today, certainly a much different story today, but we're still seeing some inconsistency on both ends of the floor as both sides come back out. Hofstra down by 3, so the Blue Devils with a 36-33 lead, just under 16 minutes to go in the game. McMillan will bring it across half court for Central Connecticut. He's guarded by Musa Kone up top. McMillan fakes left now, passes off right to Ferrante Drakeford, guarded by Upshaw, back up top to McMillan. McMillan bounce passes to Drakeford on the right wing. Now bounce passes to the left wing for Vinales. Vinales passes into the paint for Ferrante Drakeford. That's an easy 2, 38-33. Central Connecticut with the lead. Drakeford now with 13 points in the game. Second to Vinales. Kone from the right elbow thinks about a shot, instead steps back and gives to Zeke Upshaw, 20 on the shot clock. Upshaw top of the key, outlets left wing for Chris Jenkins. The three-pointer is good. His second 3 today. It's 6 points for Chris Jenkins. Hofstra's back within 2, 38-36. 15 to go in the second half. Ferrante Drakeford with it left wing. Bounce passes up top for Newman, and now goes right side for McMillan. McMillan back up top for Vinales, and Vinales goes right wing for McMillan. Back to Vinales, top of the key, 15 seconds on the shot clock. Vinales drives into the paint on the left side. He's fouled at the low block, and his shot's no good. So Vinales is going to go to the line for 2. Not a lot of contact, but enough to get the foul called. And now the referee is going to go over to Joe Mihalik, explain the foul. And I believe he's giving him a warning. The foul is on Hofstra, as they just announced.
Looked like the ref put up 3 for Zeke Upshaw. I think they're checking it now to make sure they got the right guy. But when they called the foul, everyone looked confused. And then when the ref signaled number 3, Upshaw looked at his jersey and said, "Am I number 3?" Because he didn't think he committed the foul.
No, so it would be Upshaw's second if it goes against him. And they are going to the monitor right now to check that out. So during this delay or during this review, both teams will go to a huddle. It's almost like a free timeout for both teams. It's a 2-point game. Hofstra trails Central Connecticut 38-36. The scoring pace has picked up a bit in the second half from what we saw in the first, but still overall, this is a low-scoring game. Hofstra's a team that averages, upwards of around 70, 72 points per game, and Central Connecticut right around that mark as well, in between 65 and 70 points per game. And the key for Hofstra, Josh, has been all season long defense. The shots have been there. The offense has been there from Upshaw and Nesmith, who's not a part of it right now, so that puts even more pressure on the defense. And, it's consistent every game. We ask the coach at halftime, what's going to be the key to the second? It's going to be defense.
Well, I think defense has been good. If the defense stays the same, Hofstra will be fine. I think, for me, this game, just by itself, the offense is an issue. 3-point field goals are 5 for 10. That's great. But overall from the floor, they're shooting 35%, that's hard to do. 35% that's not what you want, obviously. And I think a big part of that, Zeke Upshaw, 3 for 8. This season, Upshaw averaging coming into today just under 20 points a game and shooting about 45% from the floor. So you're not used to seeing what he's putting up tonight. 3 for 8, not very good. Jamal Robinson, 3 for 9. Stephen Wanconi, as a post player, 3 for 7. Offensively, they just haven't been able to hit shots. They haven't really taken that many bad shots, but they haven't just been able to knock anything down with any consistency.
We've seen missed layups and we've seen missed jumpers. The foul has been decided. They tag Musa Kone for it. Vinales makes the first shot. 39-36, Central Connecticut with the lead. It's Kone's second foul, and Vinales hits the second. 40-36, Hofstra down by 4. Allen will inbound to Jamal Robinson, who gives back to Jordan Allen. Calls out a play as he crosses the timeline. 14:40 to go in the second half. Allen shades off to the left, picks up his dribble, now goes cross court to the right wing for Upshaw, drives inside the lane, tries to slam it home, but he can't get it. Rebound pops out, and it goes to Central Connecticut on the other end. Hunter misses the slam. Now it's on Hofstra's side. Jenkins is going to take a 3 from the wing. Shot's no good. Jordan Allen with the putback attempt, gets it to go, and the foul. How about that for a sequence? Back and forth, 2 missed slams, and it ends with an and 1 for Jordan Allen.
Well, that Zeke Upshaw missed dunk was about 2 centimeters away from being on SportsCenter tomorrow, because he took off from where the players stand to rebound on the free throw line where they line up. He took off from there and just missed it as Allen misses the free throw.
So Allen misses the and 1. It's a 2-point game. The Pride get the rebound, and they get the putback to go. Upshaw with the putback, and the game is tied at 40. So Upshaw makes up for the missed dunk, and Central Connecticut has it. Top of the key is Ferrante Drakeford, finds Hunter open under the basket from the low block. He gets the shot to go, and the Blue Devils go back up by 2, 42-40, under 14 minutes remaining in the game. Jordan Allen slows things down for Hofstra, dribbles, and he's guarded by Hunter. Allen shades off towards the right, has it poked away by Hunter, and Hunter's going to get called for the foul. Third foul against Matt Hunter. Not a hard foul, but just enough to get the whistle. And of course, we've seen those calls all season long, all around the NCAA. Jordan Allen will inbound in front of the scorer's table on the far side. Goes up top to Jamal Robinson. as Hofstra gets the fresh shot clock. It's down to 30. Robinson holds on, dribbles with the right hand in front of Ferrante Drakeford. Shades off to the weak side, the left side into the lane at the low block. Is fouled on his layup. And he'll go to the line for 2 as he was pushed. Foul's going to go against Ferrante Drakeford, who is down there. That's his first foul. Drakeford's been a part of both sides of the floor for Central Connecticut. Just his first foul. He's got 13 points. And a couple of boards. Robinson's first free throw is good. Makes it a 1-point game. 42-41. Robinson still at the line for the Pride. As he gets set for the second of 2. Trying to tie it up, he can't. Goes off the back iron. No good. Rebound is grabbed by Central Connecticut. Still a 1-point game. Right side Vinales, shot from the top of the key is no good, and Stephen Wakone pulls down the rebound, number 7 for the senior. Allen, top of the key, he gets called for a carry as he slides off towards the wing. That's a turnover for Jordan Allen. And the Pride, number 10 on the afternoon for Hofstra. Central Connecticut gets the basketball.
Allen looks extremely frustrated with himself, and he knows that it's not going to be easy. He knows that things are going to happen that he's not used to, and ball handling might not be his area of expertise, as the positions he's played before doesn't have to really handle the ball that much.
Vinales passes to Drakeford under the basket. He gets an easy 2 to go. 44-41. Drakeford with 15 points. Right side, it's Jordan Allen for Hofstra. The Pride trailed by 3. Goes to Zeke Upshaw at the wing, finds Stephen Wakone in the paint, and he is fouled on the shot attempt. Central Connecticut doesn't think there was contact, but the foul's called. It's going to send Wakone to the line. Foul goes against Terrell Allen. That'll be Allen's 4th of the afternoon, and Stephen Wakone's at the line to shoot for the Pride. Can't tie it up here. Can't make it a 1-point game. It's 44-41 in favor of the Blue Devils.
Allen saying he had his hands up, but he was standing inside the semicircle, so Wakone with the smart decision, as the first one's good. He's being double teamed, so somebody open, but he decided that knowing that he had the defender in a vulnerable position to just go up for it and force the foul.
Wakone now 4 for 6 from the free throw line today. He's been there more than any other player on the Pride. More than any other player in the game. Wakone gets set for the second shot. And he hits it. So it's a 1-point game again, 44-43. Hofstra hasn't led too much in this second half since allowing Central Connecticut to score the half's first 6 points. Right side, it's Ferrante Davis for Central Connecticut. Ferrante Drakeford brings it up top, loses the basketball. Jordan Allen steals it away. He drives into the lane and gets hacked under the basket. He'll go to the line. Jordan Allen's going to be at the line for the Pride. Foul's going to be on Drakeford. That is his second foul, and Central Connecticut's 6th. So Allen gets the steal, and Allen draws the foul. He's at the line to shoot. Could give Hofstra the lead, but free throws have been something that have plagued Allen his entire career with the Pride. His first shot's no good. Allen 1 for 4 from the line today.
Allen was here earlier about a half hour before the game, taking extra shots from the free throw line, trying to just get any chance he has for extra reps. It's been a struggle for him his whole career, well, last year, and so far this year it's been really bad for him. So any chance he has to get shots up, he wants to take it.
Second free throw's no good. Allen, with just 1 free throw made today, he's been to the line 3 times. Right side for Central Connecticut is Drakeford, goes up top for Hunter and now finds Vinales. Vinales bounce passes just outside the paint to Juwan Newman. He's triple teamed to the paint. Shoots over Payen and Wakone and gets the shot to go. 46-43. The Blue Devils lead the Pride 8 minutes into the second half. 12 to go. Up top, it's Zeke Upshaw, goes to Wakone at the left elbow. Wakone holds on and now hands to Jordan Allen, who brings it back up top. Allen now down to the left corner for Zeke Upshaw. He's fouled on the shot. The shot's no good as it clanks off side iron. But Upshaw's going to go to the line. The foul is going to be on Vinales. And when we come back, Zeke Upshaw is going to shoot 3 from the line. He was beyond the arc. 46-43, CCSU with the lead, 11:53 on the clock. This is Hofstra men's basketball on the Hofstra Pride Sports Network.
WRHU.org and GoHofstra.com.
Welcome back to the Mack. Mark Prusen, Josh Levin with you as Hofstra trails Central Connecticut by 3. Zeke Upshaw will go to the line for 3 points. And he and Dion Nesmith, fellow graduate student, have had quite the impact on Hofstra early on this season. For more on that, let's go to Carrie Stryber.
Thanks, Mark. And Zeke Upshaw and Dion Nesmith have emerged as leaders in the graduate season here. And Coach Mihalik says that their leadership is getting other people to be who you want to be, and that's what they've done through leading by example. And even just before in the huddle, Zeke Upshaw has been the first person that you can hear on the bench telling his players and encouraging them to do well and to stay confident. And both of them have said to me that during practice this week that their confidence has been through the roof this season so far. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Carrie. As Upshaw hits the second, he missed the first. 46-44, Hofstra trails Central Connecticut. And Upshaw still with one more. He was fouled in the left corner by Kyle Vinales. And his third shot is good. Back to a one-point game, 46-45. Pride are down. 11:50 to go in the game. Central Connecticut with the basketball. It's Malcolm McMillan up top, goes right side for Drakeford. He's guarded by Kone as he carves around the arc off to the left side. Gives to Vinales. Vinales holds at the left wing. Back up top for Hunter. Now goes right side for McMillan. McMillan holds on. 15 on the shot clock. Goes to the wing just inside the arc for Drakeford. His jumper's good. And Central Connecticut goes up by 3. 48-45. Drakeford with 17 points. Allen with the top of the key for Hofstra. Spins around, trying to get around Vinales. Picks up his dribble and goes to Kone on the right wing. Kone tries to get it back to Allen, and he does. Vinales still on Allen. Allen having trouble getting around Vinales. He goes off to the left wing. Can't get inside the arc. Allen gets around Vinales, and Vinales is going to get called for the foul. He can't believe it. Just enough contact to draw the foul for Allen. Vinales, that's his third foul today. And that's Central Connecticut's 8th. So Jordan Allen will be at the line to shoot a 1-and-1. Allen 1 for 5 from the line today, 1 for 6. He misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Off the rebound, it goes off Jawan Newman, and Hofstra's going to get the basketball back.
Jordan Allen's body language is not what you're used to seeing from him. He's sort of just looks like he's just not feeling. Doesn't feel the same way about his game. Upshaw with a really nice spin move and a layup. Doesn't feel confident in himself right now because of the position switch and all the struggles he's had from the line.
So Upshaw gets the Pride back to within 1. He's now up to 15 points today after getting off to the slow offensive start. Hofstra still down by 1 to Central Connecticut. Drakeford up top, goes left wing for Vinales. Vinales finds Hunter, now off to the right wing for McMillan. 15 on the Central shot clock. to Ferrante Drakeford. 8 feet out, now steps inside the paint. Straight away from the bucket, there's a foul before his shot. They're going to call a foul against Hofstra, I believe. It's going to be against Upshaw. That's his second, and Hofstra's 7th of the half. And Ferrante Drakeford will shoot a 1-and-1. Drakeford with 17 points today. And he misses the front end. Kone and Payan collide, but Kone still gets the rebound. They were all alone under the basket. Jordan Allen brings it across half court on the far side. Holds up top, now moves off to the left wing and hands to Upshaw. Upshaw goes right wing for Robinson. Now passes to Darren Payan. Back up top, it's Robinson. Robinson left elbow. Steps off to his left, misses the shot off front iron. Rebound grabbed by McMillan. McMillan to Vinales, left wing. Fakes out Zeke Upshaw as he tries to drive into the paint. Gets stripped of the ball, but Ferrante Drakeford is there to get the putback. Drakeford with 19 points, and Central Connecticut with a 50-47 lead over Hofstra. Zeke Upshaw right elbow, crosses the paint, closer to the basket, shot's no good. Payan's rebound attempt is no good, but he is fouled and he'll go to the line. So Darren Payan, not one of the centers on Hofstra's offense this season. He got off to a hot start. He hit his first 8 or 9 shot attempts of the year. He misses that one, and he is at the line shooting 2. Payan 0 for 1 from the floor. Does have a couple of rebounds, minimal playing time this afternoon. And his first shot is no good. Hits off the side and then off the backboard. Hofstra down by 3. 9:47 to go in the game. The Pride trailing Central Connecticut 50-47. And the referee blows the whistle, goes into the paint. Didn't see a violation against any of the players on the free throw, but Payan will shoot the second. Payan's shot is good, so 50-48, Pride cut the lead to 2. It's 9:47 to go in the game. Hofstra's lost 3 straight. Central Connecticut looking to win 2 straight for the first time in their season. Malcolm McMillan, top of the key. Bounce pass to the right wing for Drakeford. Now closer to the corner for Vinales. Vinales goes back up top for McMillan, who hands to Vinales behind him. McMillan now right wing. Drives to the elbow in between Allen and Wakone. Slips, stays in bounds, but throws a pass to the top of the key, intercepted by Stephen Wakone, and he gives to Zeke Upshaw, who hands to Jordan Allen as the Pride now play in their front court. Upshaw top of the key, now moves off to the left elbow, spins around, puts a shot over 3 defenders and gets the shot to go. 17 points for Zeke Upshaw, and the game is tied at 50, and Joe Mihalik calls timeout.
Well, some encouraging things for Hofstra. Zeke Upshaw's gotten himself, he's put himself right back into where he you usually see him in the box score. Just 5 points in that first half, but now 15 in the second on 6 of 13 shooting overall, and 2 for 4 from three-point land. So Upshaw up to his old tricks, playing an outstanding game so far with a good effort here in the second half. But one problem you see for Hofstra, 60% field goal percentage for Central Connecticut State in the second half. That's way too high of a number considering where they were in the first half at just a shade over 40%. The defense has slipped a little bit as Central Connecticut State, they score 1 more point in this second half. They'll have the same amount of points that they did already in the first half. So it's been struggle for Hofstra defensively here as the game is tied at 50.
Ferrante Drakeford with 19 points, just 3 shy of his season high. As Malcolm McMillan brings it across half court, he holds on the left wing, guarded by Kone, and hands off to Drakeford. Drakeford goes up top for Hunter, now right side, gets back to McMillan, guarded by Zeke Upshaw. 16 seconds on the shot clock, up top for Vinales. He gets a screen from Hunter, but he's guarded by Robinson. As McMillan from the wing drives baseline, misses the layup, and Stephen Wakone gets the rebound for Hofstra. That's number 8 today for Stephen. Gives to Jordan Allen, has it right wing for Hofstra. He just loses the basketball, but gets it back. Passes to Musakone at the elbow, trying to get around Hunter. He can't in the paint. Finds Robinson open at the elbow, at the wing, and Robinson drives to the elbow, and he's fouled by D'Angelo Speech. Speech is first.
it looked like Musacone might have traveled before the foul was called. Central Connecticut State's bench was upset because they didn't call the travel, and then they called a foul against Central Connecticut State. So this is a good opportunity for Hofstra to capitalize on maybe a good call, as Robinson, though, misses the first free throw.
Hofstra 13 for 28 from the line today. Just under 47%. Robinson's first free throw, no good. So the game's still tied at 50, 8:29 to go on the clock in the second half. Robinson, the freshman, to put up the second end, and he misses, but Musacone pulls away the rebound. His goggles fall off, but he finds Zeke Upshaw top of the key, who hands to Jordan Allen. Central Connecticut working in a man-to-man. It's Allen guarded by Vinales. Allen spins around to the elbow and now double team. Gets through the double team, finds Kone in the paint, spins around Hunter, puts the shot in with the right hand, and is fouled. Kone to the line for an and one. Hofstra goes up 52-50.
Well, Musacone kind of threw that one from his waist. It looked like it was even with the ball, was even with his waist. He just threw it up. He knew he was getting fouled, and the ball just happened to go in. And once it went through, he smacked the floor. He was pumped up, and he makes the three-point play complete to put Hofstra up 3.
Kone is a perfect 3 for 3 from the line. That's 7 points for him today. 53-50. Hofstra back in front. 8 minutes to go in the game. Cumberlander off to Vinales, right wing. Now down low for Hunter. He drives baseline, but he traveled as the shot went. The shot went in, but it's no good. He traveled. That's a turnover by Central Connecticut. That's their 12th today. We'll take a break. Hofstra leads the Blue Devils 53-50. This is Hofstra men's basketball on the Hofstra Pride Sports Network. Back at the Mack, Mark Prusen joined by Josh Levin and Kerry Schreiber. Hofstra goes back in front. They lead Central Connecticut by 3, 53-50, as the sides are working in the huddle. For a report behind the Hofstra bench, let's go to Kerry Schreiber.
Thanks, Mark. The Pride coaching staff was stressing to them, don't settle, because there's still some time left here. And right now, it's up to them to block defensively, and it's up to those 4 and 5 positions, Stephen Wakoni and Musacone, to make sure that they're posting up and getting those rebounds. Guys, back to you.
Thanks for that, Kerry. And we saw in Hofstra's last possession, Musacone converts on a 3-point play. The only Pride player to be perfect from the line today. We mentioned before, Josh, they're shooting under 50% from the charity stripe. Hofstra has the basketball going right to left. 7:50 to go in the game. Pride up by 3. It's Jordan Allen who passes to the left wing for Zeke Upshaw. Zeke Upshaw double teamed and now floats a pass over to the right side for Jordan Allen. Allen holds on and now gives to Jamal Robinson just in front of the scorer's table and hands back to Jordan Allen. Allen looking to pass it off. He picks up his dribble. He finds Musacone just outside the paint, behind the elbow. Kone spins to the paint, loses control. They're going to say it last touched a member of the Pride. So Central is going to get the basketball. It'll be Drakeford to inbound to Vinales. Vinales with 16 points, and if you're thinking career high, he's nowhere close. He had 42 in a game last season. Vinales drives to the paint, misses the floater with the right hand, and Hofstra gets the rebound. It goes to Jamal Robinson, who gives to Jordan Allen. Allen, with Vinales from behind, pokes Allen around the waist and gets called for the foul. That's Vinales' fourth. And it's going to send Jordan Allen to the line to shoot two.
Vinales has been doing that all day. He's been trying to be a little sneaky on Allen, trying to catch Allen off guard a little bit. The one thing that it does for Hofstra with Allen at the point guard is it allows for guys, as he misses the first one badly off front rim, it allows for guys like Vinales to try to do things like that, but with the new rules, it's not going to necessarily be let go or be successful for the defense. So it's an advantage for Hofstra, but when Allen goes to the line, it's really it's not a good thing for the Pride as he misses another free throw.
Allen 1 for 8 from the line. D'Angelo Speech got the rebound for Central Connecticut. He gives to McMillan, top of the key. Right side now for Cumberlander. Cumberlander brings it back up top, goes to McMillan on the left side. And McMillan holds on. He's guarded by Robinson. Gets a screen from Drakeford, and he hands off to Mobley, who re-enters. Mobley has it, top of the key, now goes right side for Cumberlander. Cumberlander dribbles to the top of the key. 5 on the Central shot clock. It goes down to Speech at the low block. Passes to Drakeford. Spins around Wakone and Kone, and he gets the late basket to go as the shot clock was down to 1 second. It's a 1-point game, 53-52.
Hofstra played really good defense for 34 seconds, forcing Central Connecticut State late into that shot clock, but the 1 second of bad defense allowed for a basket.
Drakeford grabs away the pass. He was all alone in the paint, but loses control, and Zeke Upshaw steals it away for the Pride. Upshaw with it left side, and now goes back to Allen with it near the top of the key, guarded by McMillan. Pass inside the arc to Musakone right side, finds Upshaw open on the left wing for 3. Shot's no good, and Kone with the rebound tries to drive in the paint, is fouled on a putback, and he will go to the line. Foul's going to go against Ferrante Drakeford. That's his fourth for Central Connecticut, and it sends Kone to the line to shoot 2. Drakeford, Vinales, Hunter, and Allen, all with 4 fouls on Central Connecticut.
You think about Hofstra, they've taken 32 free throws before this one from Kone, and it's good. They've taken 33 free throws now, and you think that they're only up by 2 points. Late in the game, when it gets to under 4 minutes, Hofstra, it's going to be going back and forth. It's a close game, you know that, and there's a lot of fouls. It's going to be going back and forth. Those missed free throws, 16 missed free throws, those kill you late in games, especially in close ones like this. And when it becomes sort of that foul situation in the last couple of minutes of the game, Hofstra's going to have no choice but to make free throws. Otherwise, they're going to lose again because they just have been so poor from the line. Kone misses the second one.
That was Kone's first miss from the line. He's now 4 for 5. Hofstra with a 54-52 lead. McMillan with it left elbow. Goes back up top for Drakeford, now right side for Cumberlander. Goes up top for Mobley. Mobley holds on the right wing, guarded by Upshaw. Hofstra in a 2-3 zone. Left side, it's McMillan. He drives towards the elbow, and he's fouled on his way there. We'll see who they get for the foul. McMillan is going to shoot. It's going to be called against Jamal Robinson. The third call on the freshman today. He, Stephen Wakone, and Jordan Allen all have 3 fouls on Hofstra's side. And McMillan is at the line to shoot. He hits the front end. So Central Connecticut cuts it to 1, 54-53, as McMillan has just 2 points today, and he puts up the back end. That shot is good. 3 points for McMillan. And the game is tied at 54. 5:43 to go in the game between Hofstra and Central Connecticut State. Jordan Allen will inbound, and Central staying in the half-court defense. Allen crosses the timeline, gives to Upshaw left wing. Back up top for Allen. Allen guarded by McMillan. Finds Wakone at the free throw line. Going around Jawan Newman. He's rejected at the low block. Rebound is tipped around between between Wakone and Mobley. It goes off Mobley. And Hofstra is going to maintain possession. Substitutions for the Blue Devils. Vinales re-enters as Mobley sits. Allen finds Jamal Robinson in the corner. An open three-pointer is good. A 3 for Robinson. Hofstra goes up 57-54. 5:15 to go in the game. It's McMillan at the free throw line. Outlets and finds Vinales open for a wide open 3. That shot is good. And we're tied at 57. 5 minutes to go in the game. Vinales with 19 points. Right side, it's Jordan Allen. He picks up his dribble, finds Musakone in front of the arc. crosses to Zeke Upshaw. His shot's no good, but Musakone comes in and slams it home. 4-2, and Hofstra goes up 59-57. An emphatic slam for Musakone. He's got 10 points. Timeout is called by Hofstra.
Well, that last sequence there kind of reminded me of a boxing match because you get an open three-pointer from Jamal Robinson. He knocks it down. Next play, probably not even 10 seconds later, Vinales on the other end hits a three of his own. Hofstra comes back. Upshaw misses a three, but then Kone comes in and skies for the rebound and the slam. That's the high-energy kind of play you need. Those are the kind of plays that swing momentum a little bit because both teams sort of countering each other. But Kone did a good job there to make sure nobody deterred him from getting up for the offensive board to slam that one home. Those are the kind of plays that win you games. Hofstra also, good job knocking down that open three and allowing themselves to have an open shot when they came back on the offensive end. They knocked those things down. Those kind of make up for the missed turnovers. For the missed free throws, excuse me.
Musakone with 10 points. Stephen Wakone with 11 points. Jamal Robinson with 11 points. And Zeke Upshaw leads all Hofstra scorers with 17 points. They're spreading the offense today. 4 players in double digits for the Pride, 2 in double figures for Central Connecticut, Drakeford and Vinales. Off the inbound, it's McMillan on the left wing. Pass for Drakeford, he can't handle it. It goes off Allen and bounces towards the Central Connecticut bench. So they'll call it out of bounds off Hofstra. Blue Devils hang on to the basketball, and Drakeford inbounds to McMillan. McMillan bounce passes to Drakeford inside the arc on the left side, and he'll take it up top. He's guarded by Kone at the top of the key. Goes left side for McMillan, stolen away by Jordan Allen. And the Pride get the basketball. Allen wanted to pass it off to Robinson, who quickly gives it back to Jordan. Jordan crosses half court. He's guarded by Cumberlander. Bounce passes to Stephen Wakone at the left elbow. Wakone looking for Kone under the basket. He'll try to take it himself. Briefly loses the ball, but gets it back and finds Robinson at the wing. Robinson to the corner for Upshaw, who tries to drive baseline. He does and puts it in for 2. Zeke Upshaw with 19 points. Puts Hofstra up and quickly going the other way. It's Cumberlander for a quick 2 for Central Connecticut. Quick-paced offense by both sides. It's 61-59 after the Upshaw and Cumberlander baskets. Now from the left wing for Hofstra, Upshaw misses the three-pointer, goes off front rim. Rebound grabbed by Vinales. Vinales finds Drakeford, spins around at the low block, gets the shot to go, and a foul's going to be called.
Well, nothing's going right for Jordan Allen today. That, to me, it's always up in the air, but that to me looked like he had his feet set.
Jordan Allen called for the foul. Central Connecticut ties it at 61, and they'll have a chance to go ahead. We'll take a break. 3:41 to go, 61 all here at the Mack. This is Hofstra men's basketball on the Hofstra Pride Sports Network. Back at the Mack, Mark Prusen, Josh Levin. The game is tied at 61. Ferrante Drakeford will be at the line for one more. He hit the layup and was called for the foul. It went against Jordan Allen. Hanging out behind the Hofstra bench is Kerry Schreiber. Let's see what's going on.
Thanks, Mark. Right now the coaching staff is stressing. There's only 4 minutes left, and now it's going to take whatever it takes. So on the sidelines, Coach Mihalik has been saying offensively to start out slow, find your guys, find those passes, and then get fast, quick, and drive into the basket. Back to you, Mark.
Thanks, Kerry. Ferrante Drakeford with 23 points tonight. He'll try to make it 24 on the free throw. He can't make it. So the free throw's no good. The game is tied at 61. Drakeford, though, with a career-high 23 points with Central Connecticut. Jordan Allen has it top of the key for Hofstra. Shades off towards the right, picks up his dribble and goes to Kone on the left side. Kone to Jamal Robinson at the wing, brings it back up top. Floats a pass to the right side for Jordan Allen. 17 on the Hofstra shot clock. Allen passes to the basket. The slam goes to Musa Kone. And Hofstra goes up 63-61. Kone with 12 points. Up top, it's Vinales for Central Connecticut as the Pride are up by 2. Coming up on 3 to go in the game. McMillan dribbles top of the key. Now goes right side for Cumberlander. He's guarded by Upshaw. Cumberlander the top of the key for Vinales. Drives the right side of the lane. Passes off to Drakeford, who can't get the layup to go. No one can corral the board, and it goes out of bounds. I think it went off Allen or Robinson, who was down there as well. Nonetheless, it stays with Central Connecticut State. Blue Devils down by 2. 2:52 to go in the game. Cumberlander's going to inbound for the Blue Devils. He's got McMillan wide open, almost near half court. And he gives it to Vinales, right wing, who dribbles back up top. Vinales holds on, shaded off towards the left. Now drives down the left side of the lane, stops at the elbow, and hands off to Vinales from the corner for 3, no good. Just missed as Stephen Wakone pulls down the rebound for Hofstra. That's number 10, and he's got a double-double. Jordan Allen crosses half court for the Pride, shades off towards the right wing, guarded by Cumberlander. Allen to the top of the key, uses a screen from Wakone and hands to Jamal Robinson left wing. Robinson carves around the arc, back to the right side, gives to Upshaw. Upshaw heads back over towards the left. He's guarded by Cumberlander. 10 on the Hofstra shot clock. Hands to Jordan Allen, dribbling back up top, now off towards the right. Allen at the right wing. Mihalik calls out instructions. Allen to the elbow, passes back out to Robinson. He's got to take a 3 as the shot clock winds down. It's no good from the wing. Upshaw gets the rebound, finds Allen at the low block, reverses and gets it to go. And Hofstra goes up 65-61. Jordan Allen with 5 points. 1:45 to go. Hofstra up by 4. Right side, it's Vinales, low block. He is fouled. They're going to get Zeke Upshaw for the foul at the low block. The shot's no good. Stephen Wakone tipped it away, but it was after the fact. The foul had already been called. Vinales will be at the line to shoot 2. He's got 19 points, and his team is down by 4.
Hofstra doesn't have anybody that can keep Vinales in front of them. Everybody's too big to keep Vinales in front of them, and it's hurt them. He's got 16 points today, and now at the line with a chance for a couple more. The first one is good. So, excuse me, he has 19 points. So that he's really hurt them today, as has Drakeford. But in terms of defense for Hofstra, they just don't have anybody to stay with Vinales. He's too quick.
And he hits the second shot. 65-63. Hofstra's lead is down by 2. Central Connecticut State calls a full timeout here with 1:43 to go. Vinales with 21 points. Drakeford with a career-high 23. And on Hofstra's side, there have been 4 main players on offense. Zeke Upshaw, Jamal Robinson, Stephen Wakone, and Musa Kone, who's surged in this second half, Josh.
Yeah, Musa Kone has really impacted the game in the second half. His athleticism is undeniable. He's been key on the offensive glass. That putback slam, that last trip down the floor for Hofstra, that alley-oop. So he's been a big part of what they're doing. I think both the post players for the Pride, Wakone and Kone, have played really well today, and a big part of why they have a 2-point lead. They started out the game really being the 2 main offensive options for Hofstra. It sort of slowed down a little bit later on in the first half as Robinson and Upshaw tried to get themselves a little bit more involved. But in the second half, the 2 of them, Wakone and Kone, this is what you want to see from them. I think this is what Hofstra sort of envisioned when you had the 2 of them together.
Right.
And there were debates before the season started. Do you start both of them? Do you put one on the bench? It was Wakone on the bench to begin the season. With the injury to Nesmith, both have been inserted into the starting lineup. And I think today shows you that the 2 can play together on the floor at the same time. It doesn't take away from one or the other's game to sort of have them both playing at the 4 and 5 simultaneously. It's been a big part of today's success for Hofstra.
Wakone and Kone have combined for 23 points and 19 rebounds for Hofstra. Musa is 2 rebounds away from a double-double. The Pride have a 2-point lead at 65-63 over the Blue Devils. A minute 43 to go. Allen to inbound for Hofstra. They'll have to go the full court. He goes to Kone in the paint and goes back to Allen, who will take it across half court himself. He's guarded by Hunter. Allen shaded off towards the left of the key. Now goes back up top. Now right side. Bounce passes to Jamal Robinson. Robinson goes up top. Doesn't use a Kone's screen. He didn't get there. And Upstraw has it. Brings it back off to the right. Hofstra just going back and forth around the arc now. 15 seconds on the shot clock. A minute 20 on the game clock. It's Zeke Upshaw with it. Left wing. In front of Hunter. Upshaw trying to get back to the top. Make some space. Passes to the low block intended for Allen. And they're going to call a foul against Vinales. That's his 5th foul. And he's going to have to sit down the rest of the way.
That's huge for the Pride to get him out of this game. Still a lot of time, a minute 14 to go. A close one. He's not the leading scorer today, but he's their main offensive weapon, and he's fouled out. So CCSU is going to have to look some other direction for offense for the final minute plus.
He's all alone, 15th all-time in scoring at Central Connecticut State. Came into this game with 1,307 points. He added on 21 today. He'll foul out, so he won't be a factor in the next minute and 14 seconds. Barring overtime, the Pride with a 2-point lead as Vinales fouls out as he hacks Jordan Allen, who's going to be at the line for the Pride. Allen, a 1 for 8 shooter from the stripe today. And on the season, Allen is shooting under 35%. His first shot is no good. Allen 1 for 9 from the line now. He's got 5 points, and he has bent the stripe more than any other Pride player. Hofstra's up by just 2. Allen could have made it a 2-possession game. Second free throw, no good off front iron. Jordan Allen 1 for 10 from the line. It's still a 2-point game, a minute 07 to go. McMillan, left elbow, briefly poked away by Jordan Allen as McMillan goes to the floor. They're going to call a jump ball, possession going Hofstra's way. So it was tipped out of the hands of McMillan by Jordan Allen. Actually, Jordan looks a little shaken up as he was on the floor fighting for the basketball, along with Stephen Wakone. But Hofstra gets the ball. They force the jump ball call. Allen is going to take a breather on the baseline. But for the Pride, they get a huge possession back after the missed free throws from Jordan Allen. Still up 65-63, a little bit over a minute to go. Allen on to inbound for the Pride. He's got Wakone, Upshaw, Robinson, and Kone on the floor. Hofstra with all 4 players in the backcourt. Allen has to call timeout. Couldn't find an open man, so Allen goes right to the official, calls timeout.
That's Hofstra's last timeout.
So he uses Hofstra's final timeout with 63 seconds remaining in a 2-point game. He couldn't get the inbound. It was a full court man-to-man from Central Connecticut. So now both sides are in the huddle.
It might not seem like much, but that could be big down the stretch with the way this game's going, with the way the fouls have been called. Looks like there's going to be a lot of, and turnovers. Looks like there's going to be a lot of inbounds plays. Those are big timeouts in this type of basketball game when it's close in the final minute or so. Those timeouts are valuable, and Hofstra doesn't have any, and CCSU has 3. So if CCSU uses them, it's good for Hofstra. They get a chance to draw something up, but if not, Hofstra playing at a big disadvantage.
Hofstra up 65-63, a minute 03 to go. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID here on the Hofstra Pride Sports Network.
Broadcasting from the Hofstra School of Communication, this is the Radio Hall.
Minute 03 on the clock. Jordan Allen just called Hofstra's final timeout of the game. He couldn't find an open man to pass it to through the full court man-to-man defense of Central Connecticut. They'll have to do it again, and Hofstra 63 seconds away from their 3rd victory of the season. They only have a 2-point lead. Central Connecticut 3-6, Hofstra 2-6. It's been 11 days since Hofstra's last game. That was a loss here at the Mack against Sacred Heart midweek. Their next game that was scheduled to be played in Dallas against SMU was postponed to late January due to inclement weather in the area. So Hofstra with an 11-day break, their first game since the loss to Sacred Heart. Allen finds Upshaw and it goes right back to Allen. It's Cumberlander, McMillan, and Speech in the Hofstra backcourt. Playing defense. Allen's got to get across the line, and he does. He finds Jamal Robinson on the far side. Robinson double teamed by Speech and McMillan. Breaks free, finds Kone open. Ton of contact between him and Drakeford. That's a foul on Drakeford, and it's going to send Kone to the line.
It knocked Kone's glasses off. It flew about 5 feet away from him. That was a very hard foul, but Kone would have had an easy dunk. So hard foul, but it wasn't a dirty foul or a dirty hit in any way. So a wise decision from Drakeford to go up for it and block that dunk.
It's Drakeford's 5th foul. He and Vinales, Central's 2 leading scorers, are out of the game. They both fouled out. Jawan Newman comes back in. D'Angelo, Speech, McMillan, Hunter, and Cumberlander on the floor for Central. Kone's first free throw is no good. Hits off side iron on the right side. Hofstra still hanging on to this 2-point lead, 65-63, as a team shooting 40% from the free throw line. Second shot by Kone is good, so Hofstra goes up by 3, 66-63. Central with the basketball. It's McMillan on the left wing. McMillan holds on, and a timeout is going to be called, I believe, by Coach Dickenman. Central Connecticut is going to have 2 more timeouts to go after this. 40 seconds and change on the clock. Hofstra's expanded its lead to 3 as Kone goes 1 for 2 from the line. But Josh, we're seeing it's free throws where Hofstra has had the ability all afternoon to put this game away. They just not have been able to be solid. Not a single player on Hofstra is perfect from the line. Jordan Allen, bottom, he's 1 for 10 today. Jamal Robinson 1 for 6 as well. And it just seems like Hofstra from the line has just struggled just enough to keep this game close.
38 free throw attempts, only 16 made. So Central Connecticut has fouled a lot, but it's not necessarily a bad thing to foul Hofstra a lot because it slows the game down and they're not necessarily capitalizing, as opposed to Hofstra, who've defended well, only 16 free throw attempts today for the Blue Devils. So a huge difference in those 2 figures, but Hofstra just hasn't capitalized whatsoever. And you look at if they made a few more of those, where this game would be right now. They have a 3-point lead. They might have a 10-point lead at this point.
Matt Hunter has 4 fouls, and he's on the floor for Central right now. McMillan right wing to Mobley left wing. Back up to Hunter. He finds Newman in the paint. Low block. Tries to go through Kone. Misses the shot, but a foul's going to be called against Kone. Musa's 3rd. And Newman is going to go to the line to shoot 2. 27.5 seconds remaining in the game. Hofstra has a 3-point lead. Jawan Newman with just 2 points today. This is his first trip to the line. Be the 2 biggest free throws of the afternoon for the Blue Devils. Jawan Newman's first shot is good. 66-64. Central Connecticut cuts the Hofstra lead to 2, and Jawan Newman can make it 1. He has 3 points tonight. This is his first trip to the line. The second shot is good. 66-65 as Coach Dickenman for Central Connecticut calls another timeout. Newman goes 2 for 2 from the line. Central Connecticut shooting nearly 75% from the line for this game. 13 for 18. Haven't had nearly as many attempts as Hofstra. They've had 18 attempts. Hofstra has had 38. Under 30 seconds to go. It's 27.5 on the clock. Hofstra will have the basketball. Both sides are in the bonus. And Josh, coming down to it, it's just going to seem like Hofstra's got to be able to make those smart plays. They can't turn the basketball over. If they get fouled, they have to make the free throws. This is going to be a close game one way or another. The team's not going to run away with it in the final 27 seconds.
Well, the one thing I'll say for Hofstra is I don't think this will happen just based on the way the game's played out, but if they do find themselves with open shots at any point in these final 27.5 seconds, they have to make them because their offense isn't coming from the free throw line. So they need to capitalize on any opportunity they get with an open shot. They have to knock it down. because otherwise the score is going to stay where it is for Hofstra.
Allen to inbound to Upshaw. Central Connecticut with 4 players in the backcourt, and they're going to foul Upshaw. It's McMillan who gets called for the foul. In the backcourt, McMillan's second foul, and Upshaw's at the line for 2. See, the foul's going to go against Cumberlander. That's his third. Upshaw will be at the line shooting 2. He's got 19 points tonight for Hofstra. Pride's leading scorer, and he hits the first of 2. So a made free throw for the Pride. It's 67-65. Hofstra with the lead, and Upshaw can make it 3 with, we'll call it 22 seconds to go. Upshaw hits the second one.
Big time free throws.
Hofstra with a 3-point lead. It's 68-65, 20 seconds to go. McMillan in front of the central bench. Coach Dickenman uses his final timeout. Josh, what's going to be the key on this final possession?
Well, the one thing is 20 seconds, a lot of time. Central Connecticut State down by 3. They don't necessarily need to take a three-pointer. If I'm them, I'm trying to go inside and force a foul to at least get to the line and have a chance at a three-point play maybe. And then on the other end, first they have to worry about making the basket. On the other end, foul right away. Try to foul somebody other than Zeke Upshaw. And Hofstra's not going to put the ball in Jordan Allen's hands. Right. He's not going to be in the backcourt. He's going to be up there by the basket. So it's probably going to be Upshaw or Robinson probably getting the ball inbounded to them, foul right away, and just hope that the same thing that's been going on all afternoon from the line for the Pride will continue. Usually in a game like this where you're down by 3 with 20 seconds to go and you're playing the foul game, your chances are small, but the way Hofstra shot from the free throw line, I would say that Central Connecticut State has just as good a chance of completing a comeback and getting the lead.
Inbound goes to Jawan Newman at the elbow. He loses control of the basketball. It's tipped in the air, and Jamal Robinson pulls it down for Hofstra. He's hounded. The Blue Devils foul.
Well, these are the big free throws coming up. If Robinson hits one of these, Hofstra's in good shape with making it a 2-possession game. If he hits both of these, Hofstra really just has to play smart on defense and not foul Central Connecticut State, and they can come away with a win.
Matt Hunter becomes the 3rd Blue Devil to foul out. That's 5 for him. If you're on the court for Hofstra right now, you have at least 3 fouls. Jordan Allen has 4. Everyone else except Chris Jenkins and Darren Payne with 3 fouls. Payne and Jenkins are both on the bench. Jamal Robinson at the line to shoot 2. Hofstra has a 3-point lead. 14 seconds remaining. The freshman's first is good. 69-65. Hofstra with the lead. Jamal Robinson now 2 for 7 from the line. He's got 12 points. There'll be 14 seconds remaining as Robinson hits the second free throw. An even 70-65. Central Connecticut pushes the other way. 10 seconds. McMillan is alone in the paint. Lays it in with the left hand. A quick 2 for McMillan. 70-67. It's a 3-point game. As off the inbound, Central Connecticut commits the foul as soon as they can. Foul's going to go against Matt Mobley. That's just his second. And it will be Zeke Upshaw to shoot for the Pride. Upshaw, 5 for 8 today. One of the top free throw shooters on Hofstra on a team that's shooting under 50%. Upshaw misses the first.
Well, this one's a huge one because if he knocks this down, it's a 2-possession game. If he doesn't, Central Connecticut State still with just under 8 seconds, they would have an opportunity to set something up.
Upshaw's second is good. That's huge. It puts Hofstra up by 4 with 7 seconds remaining. It's McMillan top of the key. He'll take a quick 3. Shot is no good. Stephen Wacone gets the rebound for Hofstra. And it's almost a mercy foul by Central Connecticut. Instead of letting the clock run down, Stephen Wacone's got to go to the line and shoot for Hofstra. Pride leads 71-67 with 2 seconds to go in the game, and you can hear it from the crowd here at the Mack. Hofstra should come out on top with just 2 seconds remaining. Wacone can put it away with a made free throw in 2 chances.
Well, regardless of what happens, if he makes both or he makes one or he makes none, this game is over because it's a 2-possession game and 2 seconds left. They have no time.
So Wacone will put up the free throw, and it's no good. So it's still a 4-point game, and Hofstra struggles from the free throw line. Regardless, continue this season, regardless of the way this game goes. And Wacone's second is good. So Hofstra on its way to victory. 72-67 the score. Central Connecticut's going to dribble it out. McMillan takes a shot at the buzzer. It's no good. And that's the final. Hofstra knocks off Central Connecticut 72-67 the final. The Pride's third win of the year.
Well, for Hofstra, it came down to the wire a lot closer than it needed to be. I mean, we talked about it all second half. It's almost to the point where it becomes like a broken record or beating a dead horse. Just the free throws are the killers. If they're not going to make free throws, they're not going to be able to win a lot of games. They just happened to get the W today because of the way they defended in the first half. I don't think that they can continue to miss this many free throws and expect to win a lot of games, especially when conference season comes around, because it's going to be close games every time out there. So for Hofstra, they got to make sure they get in practice and they work on these free throws, because this is what's killing them.
22 for 46 Hofstra was from the line, but they were efficient on offense overall. 4 players scoring in double figures, and now we'll be joined by assistant coach Mike Farrelly on the headset. First question for you, Coach. What did you see from your team today for all 40 minutes? What was consistent?
You know what? Defensively, we were certainly a lot better than we were against Sacred Heart. Sacred Heart, we really struggled, both transition defense and then in half court, and I think that was definitely better today, as well as the collective spirit. I just think at the end of the first half and the beginning of the second half, they made that little run. I think it was 24-17, and then they went on a little run. I think it ended up being like 32-27 when Coach had to call a timeout early in the second half. And when that happened, when Sacred Heart made a run, didn't seem like guys thought they could still win. But today, when things started to go wrong, we pulled together. And because of that, I think we got the win.
22 for 46 from the free throw line. Why does that continue to be such an issue?
Oh, man. 22 for 46. Holy cow. You know what? And the other day, they each made 250 foul shots, or they shot 250 foul shots. That was probably Tuesday or Wednesday. So we're getting them reps at it. I don't know why we're not making them. It's a concentration thing. It's a focus thing. But that's got to improve. 22 for 46. We're lucky to escape with the win shooting like that.
Stephen Wacone with a double-double today, 12 points, 12 boards. What did you see from the senior?
You know what? Stephen's a tremendous rebounder. He's one of the best rebounders in the country when he puts his mind to it. And when he goes after the ball, he can go and get it. So I thought he did a really good job with that throughout the course of the game. He stayed in the game. Staying out of foul trouble was great for him and for Moose.
Jordan Allen offensively still a little rough running the point guard, but defensively, it doesn't seem like he was letting it affect his play, especially later on in the second half as it got a little bit closer to the buzzer. Didn't seem like he was letting it affect himself. Do you see the same thing? Do you think that he's not taking that with him?
Yeah, Jordan does a good job. You know, obviously he didn't. You know, he's got a lot of stuff to do. You know, he's playing point guard and he's got to get us into offense, and then we expect him to score and rebound and defend and all that. He's got a really tough job. So give him credit for what he's doing, and it's something that he's not used to doing. But overall, I think our communication was a lot better defensively tonight. Jordan was a big part of that. I think Moose does a good job with that, as well as Jamal Robinson, who I thought had a solid performance today.
Coach, it's been an interesting stretch, a unique stretch for the team. You've had 11 days off. You play this game. You'll have more than a week to prepare for your next opponent. So how do you use this off time to better the team?
First and foremost, it's finals week, so these guys better prepare for geology exams and psychology exams and criminal justice papers and everything we have to do that way. So that's the biggest focus right now, taking care of our business in the classroom, and then we'll take the day off tomorrow, get back after it on Tuesday, and get ready to play Siena. We have a good feel for those guys. Obviously, coming from the Mack last year, Pat Sosa was at Loyola, so it'll be that should be an interesting game up there next Monday.
All right, Assistant Coach Mike Farrelly, thanks so much for the time.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
congrats
Coach.
on the win. 72-67 is the final score. Mark Prusin and Josh Levin wrapping things up here on the Hofstra Pride Sports Network. And Josh, I think, Coach said it best. They came together as a team today, and that's not something that, we saw from the team last time out against Sacred Heart. Stephen Wacone with another double-double this season. His first one was recorded at Belmont earlier this season. He's had a great start to his senior year, and it looks like we're seeing that consistency from him that you've been waiting to see from him for 3 years.
Well, you're seeing that consistency. You're seeing him finally put it all together. We knew he had the physical talent, but he's starting to put all the aspects of that together today. Maybe his coming out party, he played very well the entire 40 minutes of the game. It wasn't as if he struggled at one point and then went on a run. It was consistent.